By clown show is how Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer described the White House handling of a deal with Iran. No text has been released. There's a signing that's tentatively scheduled for Friday, but President Trump said today in France,
I've gone into deals that were 100% and they don't happen. I've gone into deals that there was no chance of getting them done, and it happens, and they happen easily. So you never know with deals, do you? But you're going to find out pretty soon. I think it'll be done. They want to sign.
And he said everyone is happy with the deal. Relatives of Rex Heuermann's victims are condemning the confessed serial killer in a New York courtroom. Heuermann is admitted to killing 8 women. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole. A judge presiding over Luigi Mangione's state murder trial and the killing of United Healthcare's CEO says Mangione will assert a psychiatric defense. And Tropical Storm Arthur has formed near the Gulf Coast. Heavy rains and dangerous flash floods are possible. This is ABC News. One person was killed when a private jet crashed in Texas. It was heading to Austin from Baja, California.
After reporting a mechanical issue, the crew of the 7-passenger jet diverted to Laredo, but came down short of the airport and crashed onto a highway.
We can literally feel the heat from the fire.
Zaira Garza drove up on the scene.
I didn't know if that fire was going to make the aircraft explode.
Oh, my God.
Our video shows first responders and civilians trying to douse the flames and rescuing people trapped inside the jet. Police say 1 person died and 5 were hospitalized. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
The cause of the crash is under investigation. The parent company of Sam Adams says its Boston tap room ran out of its signature Boston lager over the weekend because soccer fans from Scotland in town for the World Cup drank 4 times as much beer as they usually sell. Company says they had to schedule an emergency delivery. I'm Brian Clark, ABC News.
More than 11,000 people in Spokane are under evacuation orders. But first, KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic with Ted Beener.
All right, this traffic report is brought to you by D.R. Horton. Your Wednesday morning traffic volumes continue to ease, but we do have slowdowns. For instance, driving in from the north end, southbound I-5 remains a slow go from the 405 split into Shoreline, as well as from Ravenna to 520. Southbound 405 continues sluggish from Canyon Park to the 160th interchange and from 85th to 520. From the south end, northbound I-5 is improving with the most significant slowing from Albro into downtown. Northbound 167 remains slow from Algona to near Willis. But the big one is northbound 405. That is still a struggle at times from 167 all the way up into downtown Bellevue. Drive times, Auburn to Renton, 23 minutes. Renton to Bellevue, that is 55 minutes. That's a 20-minute delay. Better Way to Seattle has dropped to 47 minutes. And coming in from the north end, Linwood to Seattle is east to 20 minutes, and down to Bellevue is 35 minutes. The Narrows and Lake Bridges are moving well. Looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. Visit drhorton.com and schedule a tour today. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder. I'm Ted Beener with KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. The state's first major wildfire of the year is in Spokane County. It's threatening hundreds of homes, and it's spreading quickly. Fire Chief Matthew Vinci.
Yeah, 11,790 people are under evacuation. 2,340 primary and secondary structures are under evacuation.
The fire stretches across 300 acres. It's 0% contained right now. There are no injuries, but several homes have been destroyed. There's no word yet on when folks will be able to get back into their neighborhood. 2 teens are recovering after a bear attack on Mount Si near North Bend Tuesday afternoon. KIRO 7 TV's Nia Bliss reports.
Officers say the bear charged at the teen, clawing him. While Keenan never saw the actual attack, he did witness the injured teen hiker escorted down Mount Si by King County Search and Rescue.
The bear scratched him up. His extremities, his whole legs were scratched up. He could really barely walk.
King County Search and Rescue believe the group encountered a mama and her cub. That bear is still out there. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife say that this trailhead will remain closed until they get that bear.
A wild overnight chase through Seattle ends with 5 armed robbery suspects now in custody. Seattle police chased the suspects across multiple precincts before the pursuit ended on State Route 99. Around 4 this morning, we'll bring you the latest as we learn more. 6 people are in jail after a major human trafficking sting on Seattle's Aurora Avenue. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin reports.
Seattle police say 10 women and 3 minors were found being sexually and financially exploited along this area over the weekend. Those victims were helped by the county's Human Services Department. That way they could get a safe place to stay and get basic needs provided. They say the 6 people arrested are now charged with felony offenses. This is an increased effort by SPD during the World Cup as well. The King County Prosecutor's Office says they anticipate the buying and selling of sex will increase as people from all over the world visit Seattle.
A tiny new home village in Seattle's Interbay neighborhood is operating far below capacity. The Jason Rand Show on Seattle Red 770 AM confirms just 5 people are currently staying at the 75-bed Bayside Enhanced Shelter. The city of Seattle says client intakes at this shelter are happening on a gradual basis, and 7 to 10 new residents will be added each week. Officials say the shelter is expected to reach full occupancy by August. For your KIRO News Radio real-time weather right now, clear skies and sunshine today. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Right now, it's about 59 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Glad you're here. Ursula, good morning to you.
I'm happy to be back.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be back on Monday.
Okay.
But wouldn't you know it, on my last day of vacation, I get a horrible cold and cough. I know. I was like, how lame to call in sick the day after your vacation ends.
Right.
But there I was.
Hey, it happens. It happens.
It does. But I'm happy to be here, and I will share some of the stuff that I observed while I was gone, and it just made me realize how much I just love living in the Seattle area. As much as I saw amazing things while I was gone.
Yeah. That's usually what happens.
Right.
When people get outside of their bubble.
Yes.
You know, it's kind of crazy how that happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, when you have a party at your home, are you responsible for how much people drink alcohol? Coming up at 9:30, what can you do or say as the host to keep your guests from driving under the influence? So we're going to get into that and a whole lot more. Of course, our Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is ready for you. 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Let's get to it. Top stories of the day brought to you by Pendergast Law.
Pierce County Sheriff Keith Swank is responding to this new effort that could remove him from office 2 years before his term is over.
They hate me. They want to get rid of the sheriff so that they can have complete control.
A Pierce County Commission, 21 members, voted to place a measure on the November ballot that would change the sheriff from an elected position to one appointed by the county executive and then confirmed by the county council. Now, Swank tells KOMO 4 News this proposal is not about improving government.
They like the establishment, like status quo. They don't want any pushback. They want to tell you what to do. And I'm saying I'm independently elected, and future sheriffs should be independently elected.
Okay, so why is this happening right now? Well, supporters point to Swank's clashes with lawmakers over sheriff oversight, his comments about resisting removal from office, his outspoken positions on immigration and transgender issues as just some of the reasons the office should be appointed rather than elected. And Swank brought up his take on the trans community in this interview with KOMO 4.
Transgender women are men. I want everybody to know that. And that's another one of my hate speech they say that they want me removed from office for.
So, Gee, if voters approve this, the change would take effect in 2027, and it would cut short Swank's current term by 2 years.
And they hate me is the easiest story to tell. He is one of the most immature people in all of elected office in the state. As a matter of fact, most of us can't even name 10 elected officials. You can name him. And the reason why you can name Keith Swank isn't for positive reasons. Now, the reason why this is happening is because there are people that work with him, around him, close to him, under him that don't like him, that don't trust him. And notice I went right to the don't trust, because this in leadership isn't about who hates you or who likes you. There's going to be people that don't like you. It happens. People don't like me. Okay, it happens. But it's a problem when they don't trust you. And the lack of trust from people in Pierce County, from other elected officials in Pierce County, because of him, he has cost Pierce County some tax money, because when he's trying to get his own attorney to do things and fight and do things that not supposed to be happening. But I'll end with this. This might backfire. This might backfire because while I believe that the reason why this is happening is because he's just an awful leader, and they're trying, this is kind of a roundabout way of the recall. They know if they did a recall and everything on him, they'd have to try to do it this way. And because they're going to try to do it this way, and it's going to go to the ballot. And when it goes to the ballot, Keith Swank particularly, he's not specifically on the ballot. What's on the ballot is, hey, Pierce County, what you want to do? Do you want to still elect your sheriff, or do you want to have us appoint the sheriff? And I'm just, in my heart of hearts, I just feel like Pierce County is going to continue with the elect the sheriff. I think
they will have a chance to decide that. So I agree with, I actually support the idea that put it on the ballot and see how they decide. Now, I think Pierce County voters got it wrong the first time in electing him, and then it turns out the person that he was running in opposition, she ended up becoming the police chief of Tacoma, so they got a good deal. Mm-hmm. But I will be the minority on this, but I do support letting voters decide on this.
What do you?
Well, because I think there are a lot of people.
I don't think you're necessarily the minority.
People want the sheriff's position to continue to be elected. Majority of people want it to continue to be elected.
I think that I agree with. I want this to be appointed in Pierce County. However, I don't think, like you're saying, the minority, I don't think Pierce County is going to agree with that. I think, and that's why I think this is going to backfire, because what's going to happen is you're going to empower this little dude, and then things get a little different. I'm being serious when I say this. Since I've been doing this job, in my entire life, I've seriously, besides the federal level, I've never met a more insecure human being. And he's this way because he knows people don't trust him. He knows that people in and around him don't trust him. Dislike is the easy part. They hate me is the easy part. No, bro, they don't trust you.
Well, and so it asks the bigger question, though. Should it be elected or appointed? I voted for the change in King County, and I think Keith Swank is exactly why it's worth considering in Pierce County. Whether it happens or not in November, who knows? But my point would be a sheriff is supposed to serve everyone in the county, regardless of race, regardless of political beliefs, sexual orientation, gender identity, immigration status. And Swank has repeatedly and proudly demonstrated that he is not capable or willing to do that. I mean, this is a sheriff who asked whether it was time to ban trans people from owning guns. He's the same guy who told state lawmakers, do you remember, that he said he doesn't recognize their authority to impose any kind of control over him, and he warned that thousands of residents would surround the county building to prevent him from ever being removed. You might like that. I mean, that may be something like, hey, I like that.
I really think that this is going to backfire. And when it backfires, I think that this will...
It'll embolden him?
And it'll probably help him get elected. Because here's the thing. Let's just say that there was no recall effort, right? Let's just say there was. That dude is not going to win on his own the next time. But something like this might actually help him win. If in the Pierce County voters thinking like, okay, look, no, he's terrible at his job. He's no damn good, nothing like that. But at least he's going to go away soon. If the voters vote to put it on the ballot by saying, yeah, I want to change to appointed, they're looking at it like,
yeah, then he'll go away real soon.
He'll go away, but then now the power is out of the voters' hands.
Yeah, which is what happened in King County. And some people might say, yeah, we don't like what happened in King County. And it's happening. The vast majority of sheriffs are still elected positions around the country, but there are more who are moving to appointed positions for this exact reason. And I think he's certainly a catalyst for this kind of move. After weeks of neighbors demanding action on Aurora Avenue, Seattle police say a weekend operation led to 6 arrests that were tied to the alleged sexual exploitation of kids. These arrests came after tremendous pressure, as you know, on city leaders to address the violence, all the trafficking, prostitution, shootings, drug activity, all the things that have plagued Aurora Avenue for years. And gee, while I was gone, I still kind of kept track of the news, and I saw that like a bunch of residents marched through the area calling for change, and some even tried putting up their own barricades. But police say during the sting on Friday and Saturday, SPD officers and outreach workers identified 3 children and 10 women who were being exploited, and they were connected with shelter, protective services, and other support. And they arrested 6 people, and those folks are going to be facing charges.
Ever tell you about the time that I was mopping the floor, and I was mopping it, and my dad came in? By the way, this is not a true story. But anyway, I was mopping the floor, and my dad came in, and he said, "Champ, you're doing a good job with mopping the floor, but why don't you turn off the water hose?"
Yeah, it's like performative.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We keep mopping the floor, but we don't want to turn off the leak. And what leak am I talking about? Well, let's go through those leaks. We had on Claudia Rowe on our show, and she pointed out, and she talked about a way. You guys, I've already started her book, Ward of the State. You've really got to check it out. On our show, she told everyone the example of the Safe Harbor Act, that law was passed in 2020. And the idea and what was going to happen is they passed a deal where 2 facilities were going to be built for these young women to be housed. 2 of them, one on the east side, one here on the west side. The one on the west side was never built. The one on the east side lasted for 1.5 years, and it was closed down. Okay? So right now in the state of Washington, we have 0. One of the things I talked about last week, Ursula, while you were gone, and it came out in the Seattle Medium, this is coming from the prosecutor's data and all that, the black girls that are on Aurora right now. Black girls in King County make up 4% of the population. They make up 40 to 50% of the trafficked girls on Aurora. The Johns that get arrested on Aurora, 71 to 73% are white men. Okay? So this is a story that keeps happening. And oh, by the way, it failed to make it a Class B felony. So right now you can go and try to buy an adult woman right now, and it's a misdemeanor. It's a slap on the wrist. So at some point, let's make it real strict on the demand. You've been really doing a good job with the supply, tearing them up, but you've been putting a slap on the wrist on the demand. We do that, we fix it. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a visual. Think visually right now. Visually see what Aurora looks like on a daily basis. And ask yourself, if that visual looked any different, how much call to change would there be? I want to say again, 40-50% of those girls on Tacoma, the traffic girls, the young ones, are black girls.
Wow.
Again, so keep mopping the floor. We keep mopping the floor. At some point, you're going to have to turn the hose off. Turn the hose off, everybody. You're mopping the floor, but you won't address the hose. We won't get facilities to help the women out. Why are the young girls showing up to Aurora? Why is Aurora number 2 in the country behind Figueroa down in L.A.? We keep talking about the pimps. Oh, my goodness, it's a shootout. It's a pimp. It's a pimp. How come nobody is saying some of these other things? Anyway, turn the hose off.
Great points. Okay, in case you haven't noticed, your Seattle City light bill is going to be going up again, maybe nearly 10% next year and another 10% the year after that. According to the Seattle Times, that's about $10 extra a month for the average customer as the utility scrambles to meet growing demand and pay for billions of dollars in upgrades. And one reason is that Seattle is using more electricity than ever. We're talking about electric cars, heat pumps, air conditioning, and AI-driven data centers. They're all putting new pressure on the grid. And now, did you hear about this, G? There's a developer who wants to build a new data center inside the Starbucks Center in Soto. And the proposal would convert more than 45,000 square feet into a server facility. But because remember, there was this whole thing about the moratorium?
Yeah.
But the developers are saying this is small enough to avoid Seattle's brand new moratorium on those large data centers. And this is something I think we're going to be hearing a lot more of in the near future. Seattle leaders have been wrestling with this big question. Data centers bring jobs, investment, but they also consume enormous amounts of electricity. City Light says demand could more than double by 2045. And the city's trying to do its part to make sure that the data centers pay for the power that they need.
Ursula, my mama told me not to touch that jar. She said, "Do not touch that jar." So I didn't touch the jar. You know what I did? I just ate the cookies out the jar. So technically, I didn't touch the jar. Technically, the moratorium in Seattle is for X amount of wattage. So technically, if they come up under the thing, it's a way of, kind of coming in clean. Well, Ursula, did we all know that these data centers was going to pull up here?
The warning signs are out.
We know the data centers is going to come. That's what's going to happen. Now, where are these data centers? Where are they going to show up at? They're going to be in these industrial areas. They're going to be...
Well, Soto. I mean... and again, they're getting right underneath. It's not going to be.
Laurelhurst, we friends now. It was a joke, Laurelhurst. I don't want y'all mad at me because I know y'all was a little mad at me. Laurelhurst, y'all know I love you.
You're still on this Laurelhurst kick.
I love you, Laurelhurst.
How about Mercer Island?
Just want to make Mercer Island don't get mad at me. Laurelhurst got mad at me.
Okay. Let's talk about one more thing. Because I want you to think about this. Because we're going to talk about a wildfire in Spokane Valley. It's exploded to more than 250 acres. It took just a couple of hours, forced nearly 12,000 people from their homes, and it was driven by 30-mile-an-hour winds. KHQ reporting that it raced through trees and into neighborhoods, threatening more than 2,300 homes and buildings.
I never thought that I would leave my house this morning and maybe not be able to come back to it this afternoon.
We're just hoping everybody's okay. I mean, we put a sprinkler out, and at a certain point, it's a house. We love our house, but we decided to get out of there just in case.
But the scary part, G, is that this was not deep in the woods. This is burning in and around established neighborhoods. Families are having to grab what they can and get out. And with hotter, drier summers becoming a lot more common, and we're just hitting a dry streak here, experts are warning that these urban and suburban communities can see a lot more situations like this. So I've got just a question for everybody, including myself. If you got a level 3 evacuation notice right now, could you be out the door in 15 minutes? I mean, you would have to be, but could you do it? Would you be ready?
I couldn't even get all the stuff out of my closet in 15 minutes. No, I couldn't. And that's why every time we see these stories, it's really sad to see and hear this. It's really unfortunate that these things are happening. We talked about what happened in California with their fires a couple years ago. I think that was in January of 2025, and then now this. Yeah, it would take me
literally
forever.
What is the first thing you would grab besides obviously the people?
Cats.
I know, Scooter, who, by the way, I didn't even tell you, I came back from vacation. We had to have his toe amputated on Sunday. Remember I was telling you I was dealing with that dilemma too before we went on vacation?
Wow.
We would have to literally pick him up and get him out.
Man.
He can't even walk right now.
Man, did you know that was going to happen?
Well, it's just he's got cancer in his toe.
Oh.
And it was one of the options, and it unfortunately became an option.
Oh.
The only option.
Yeah. All right. Hey, coming up next here on the show at 9:47, we need to talk, and I got some good news. I shared it with Nick earlier. I need to share it with you. Yes. But up next, when you have guests over to your home, are you responsible for how much they drink? We'll do that next. Gee Ursula.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Sometimes injuries can happen when you least expect them.
What broke my shoulder was reaching for my phone. I was trying to get the phone away from my cat.
That's how Heather tore her rotator cuff.
There was that hope. I was like, maybe this will heal on its own. And I waited a little bit, and it was not getting better.
She just couldn't take the pain anymore, so she saw Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
By the next day, my shoulder was already doing better. I have my arm back again, which was just wonderful.
Seems like she made the right choice.
I'm so glad I didn't do surgery.
So whether it's a hip like mine or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. He's the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
I said to him at our last appointment, I was like, you better not retire because I want to know if anything else goes wrong with my body. You're there to be able to fix it because he's a miracle worker.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Hey, when was the last time you inspected your crawl space or your attic? What's the last time you went in there just to see what kind of shape they're in? Oh, never? Yeah, same. I don't want to go in there. Most homeowners completely avoid those areas, but it is important to check on them regularly. It's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and go where you don't want to. Hey, it's Mike Salk here. And yes, when Crawl Pros came out to my place, they realized we had a little problem with our insulation. So they've set about fixing it, and they did a great job. But if you've got the same problem, they'll also look to see what kind of energy rebates are available. Right now, local utility companies are incentivizing homeowners to make their home more energy efficient with proper insulation. And some homes qualify for several $1,000s in savings with these utility rebate programs. So don't just assume your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today and schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection and find out if you've got water intrusion, mold, rodent issues, or even damaged insulation. Schedule your crawl space and attic inspection at crawlpros.com.
Jazz Alley invites you to a night of smooth grooves and all-star musicianship with the Jazz Funk Soul Quintet featuring Jeff Lorber, Everett Harp, and Paul Jackson Jr. June 18th through the 21st. Tickets at jazzalley.com.
You know, I used to think all money managers were the same until I spoke with Fisher Investments.
Really? How different are they?
Fisher's investment counselors are dedicated to service, not sales, keeping clients up to date on their portfolio.
Well, they probably just invest in a bunch of mutual funds like I do.
Nope. They build a tailored portfolio based on their clients' personal goals, helping them stay on track for a comfortable retirement.
Well, they must make commissions selling products.
Actually, Fisher doesn't sell any commission-based products. They're a fiduciary, and they believe that's a conflict.
Then they have some kind of complex fee structure.
Nope. Fisher has a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of their client's portfolio. So they do better when their clients do better.
It sounds like Fisher really is different.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Fisher Investments. Clearly different wealth management. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. President Trump seems to be softening his stance on the memorandum of understanding that he claims the U.S. and Iran have agreed to. The details of the agreement are still largely unknown. More from ABC's Karen Travers.
The president has said that he doesn't want to see it publicly released until it's formally signed, and that is not scheduled to take place until Friday here in Switzerland. Remember, the president and the vice president signed this on Sunday digitally, but now the president also seems to be casting some doubts on whether the text that was signed digitally on Sunday is actually the final text.
Here in Washington, today is the last day of school for the largest school district in the state, of course, Seattle Public Schools. But Superintendent Brett Schuldner says major challenges remain. KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha is outside Hazel Wolf K-8 school.
Now, he's going to have to deal with parents and others on the issue of school closures. He's already faced pressure on both sides when it comes to the district's cell phone bans and policies. He's also had to deal with safety concerns at several different schools. In January, he told our Lindsay Sheldon that security fencing, cameras, metal detectors could all be coming to some schools. Now, those measures could be put in place anytime between now and the next school year.
Residents in unincorporated Bremerton woke up to a loud crashing sound early Tuesday morning. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
Kitsap County deputies were called to an apartment complex on Northeast Steeple Rock Lane in unincorporated Bremerton just after 2:30 a.m. Kevin McCarty with the Kitsap County Sheriff's Office says when deputies arrived, they found a damaged garage and at least one damaged vehicle.
Sheriff's deputies believe the 19-year-old driver of that car was under the influence of hallucinogenic mushrooms when he drove the car from inside a closed garage.
The man drove away, then returned and was arrested. He now faces multiple charges, including DUI and hit and run. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Washington State ferry engineers are raising concerns about the system's readiness for a major summer surge. Today, the union representing about 400 marine engineers says staffing shortages and low wages could lead to delays and canceled sailings as the region welcomes hundreds of thousands of World Cup visitors. The press conference is at 1 o'clock. Now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. If you're driving from the north end, southbound I-5 is slow from the 405 split into Shoreline. Southbound 405 moving incredibly slow from Canyon Park to the 160th interchange. From the south end, northbound 405 is struggling from 167 all the way into downtown Bellevue. Northbound I-5 is getting better from Alborough into downtown. And northbound 167 is still slow from Algona to Willis. Some other drive times right now, Auburn to Renton about 23 minutes, Renton to Bellevue 55, and Federal Way to Seattle about 50 minutes right now. This traffic report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio. For your weather, clear skies, sunshine today. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Right now, it's about 60 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Wednesday to all of you. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is ready for your text messages. 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. So we were asking the question, when you have guests at your house, you're throwing a party, how responsible are you when it comes to how much alcohol they consume? And the reason this comes up is because one of the Washington Post's advice columnists got a question that a lot of us really don't think about when we host parties, I would imagine, G. So let's just start there. What is your rule when hosting a party? What is the best way that you make sure, or do you try to make sure that your guests drive home safely?
First of all, you got to know who you bring into your house.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing, right? If I invite Chef over to the house and Chef's like, hey, I want to bring a friend, me and Chef about to vet that friend before the friend comes. No,
now that I'm no longer that
friend. I'm really being serious because I can't just have anybody come to my house.
Uh-huh.
I don't want folks knowing where I live. That's number one. Number two, I looked up some stuff right now. Right now, it has been climbing. Lawsuits have been climbing where someone leaves their house, you've been drinking and everything like that. They go and get in an accident and they research back and they go to the host. Oh, the host overserved, all that kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, there was a 2026 analysis on this and they found that jury verdicts awarding people penalizing the host has jumped from 2020 to 2024 with the plaintiff win probability up 20 to 30%.
Ooh, okay.
Now, I say all that to say there are 43 states in the United States where the host can be sued. Can be sued. We live in Washington State. Guess what? Cannot be sued here. So when Chef was saying earlier, and we were saying earlier that we don't personally know anyone, that's because in Washington State, you can't really sue. It's the host isn't liable for the drink. Only if it's minors. Now, if it's minors, if you're the cool parent out there and you're giving minors alcohol, you can bet your bottom dollar you can get sued up a little bit.
Or if it's a bar. I'm going to guess.
If it's a bar.
Yes, right.
Yes, it's a bar. But we're talking about the host of the house.
Yes.
You're good to go, Ursula. So that wine that you let everybody have from time to time,
I was going to say
legally liable or, you still care, right?
Of course
if
you still care.
happens.
Yeah. So I can tell you what has actually happened.
Yeah.
I have actually asked friends if they are okay to drive. I don't have a problem asking that question. And I have been in a position where I've had to say, hey, can we get someone else to drive you? That's only happened one time in all the times that I've hosted.
Yeah, Ursula, I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. You and I are at the age, right?
Wait.
Where hear me out. I think you and I are at the age where our parties don't get off the hook like that.
Speak for yourself. Okay, I'm just kidding. You're right. No, you're right.
I know what off the hook parties are like, and I used to have them.
Yes.
I don't have those.
I've never had those parties.
I don't have those parties anymore.
I will have alcohol.
Right.
And and let's be clear though.
Yeah.
You don't have to have an off the hook party to have someone impaired enough that they shouldn't be driving.
I agree. And one thing,
and even my birthday party, I'm thinking of, okay, you had a recent birthday party, I had a recent birthday party. Alcohol served in both, correct?
Yep.
Were there people who might have been, and I had an open bar, were there people who, I put in the invitation, please do rideshare.
Yeah, you did.
But was I checking everybody when they left?
Right.
Were there people who probably shouldn't have driven?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess yes.
When I think of our parties today, when I say the type of party that you and I have, and I think I can say most of our listeners have, there's always that one lady or man, and listen, they're not loud, They're not obnoxious.
Oh, no.
But they sit there and they go to town.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And sometimes I be seeing them. And you look at them, you're like, now, that's like your 7th glass of wine. And that ain't no restaurant pour. That's a house pour. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
So what are you doing?
Yeah.
No, in honest, because
usually that's a responsible one. Usually they got the husband that do the driving. You know what I mean? But y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But usually the ones that's not obnoxious, but they drinking, they responsible folks. They don't try to drive.
Or you got the fun friend, right? Let me top you off. And how many of those glasses of wine are really 4 ounces, you know?
Correct. Okay, Mary in Queen Anne says, I no longer serve alcohol and we have fun anyway. Now, would you, if you found out that someone was not serving alcohol, if I said it's beverages supplied but no alcohol, would you still come to the party?
Yes. And I'll tell you what's helping that. And I want to go back to, and I on purpose, I keep saying the type of parties you and I have. I keep doing this on purpose. The type of parties we have, Ursula, shout out to everybody that believe in afternoon parties. Those are our parties now. It is not the late night. Listen, who wants to go to a party that starts at 8 o'clock? No. You wants to come over to my house or Ursula's house. Party starts at 2, 3 o'clock. It's from 3 to 6. Them the kind of parties we go to now, Ursula.
Yeah, it's true.
I already know. Or you're going to be me at my buddy's house this past weekend, and I told him to. I went there after rehearsals, and I said, "Hey, man, just so you know, I'm a little tired." And he has a new couch. And right when I saw the couch, I got on the couch and said, "Hey, man, I might fall asleep." And I was the guy at the party that fell asleep. Have y'all ever fell asleep at the party in front of everybody? That was me.
No, but I can imagine you being that person today, not 20 years ago.
Yeah, today.
Tanya in Lake Stevens says, "I'm the obnoxious friend who will climb on the hood of your car if you shouldn't drive." That's a good friend.
We used to remove the cable from one of my buddy's spark plugs. We'd unplug the spark plugs because he got savvy about hiding his keys somewhere where we couldn't find them.
Oh,
this is back in the day. But, I mean, I got a question for folks because, I'm not drinking anymore. And, I anticipate having people over this summer. And I always considered it to be an awkward social gathering if there's, no alcohol. Because if you have a group of 20 adults, the social norm is that some of those people are going to want to have a beer or two, which is not at all irresponsible. So, yeah. I mean, if you're listening and there's no alcohol at the thing, does that make you uncomfortable to go?
You can bring your own.
So people are drinking alcohol less. I just recently did an event, and I did a debrief with the event coordinators after.
Yeah.
Half the bottles of wine that they had got drank. People are drinking less and less.
The younger people. My age?
No. Well, I mean, this is
a lot of women love the wine.
This is at a gala.
Oh, okay.
This is at a gala. And yeah, but that old Ozempic is keeping folks from drinking.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? And by the way, if you're listening right now, text in right now. If you're somebody that was drinking 1-2 years ago and then you're not drinking as much now, it's a big population.
Yeah, it is.
All
That's
right,
true.
Ursula, let me tell you. This is why I have not been able to concentrate. And this is why I am in a good mood. Because what I am about to tell you next, it is officially back. We haven't had good news like this since the Jerry curl went out of style. Coming up next, Gee and Ursula.
KIRO Newsradio.
Get on the YouTube channel.
We're live all day on YouTube. Every show, every day.
Hang out with us. The whole gang's there.
And you never know what you might see.
Back up the camera. Oh, my God.
Just search KIRO Newsradio, then subscribe.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing. drain.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise. There's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Are you a homeowner, 62 or older, and realize that your Social Security and other income may not carry you through your retirement years? Have you ever thought about a reverse mortgage? Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at Tila Mortgage, a local company serving Washington residents for 30 years. And if you want to know how a reverse mortgage works or have questions like, are reverse mortgages safe? Will I still own my home? Or do I really have the option of not making monthly mortgage payments? Call Tila for a no-pressure conversation. They'll answer your questions with personalized recommendations and loan options that can safely help you improve your monthly cash flow, increase your available income, pay off debt, or make home improvements. Call Tila today. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you could trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Call 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
Insurance and property taxes are borrower's responsibility. Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
Hey, when was the last time you inspected your crawl space or your attic? What's the last time you went in there just to see what kind of shape they're in? Oh, never? Yeah, same. I don't want to go in there. Most homeowners completely avoid those areas, but it is important to check on them regularly. It's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and go where you don't want to. Hey, it's Mike Salk here. And yes, when Crawl Pros came out to my place, they realized we had a little problem with our insulation. So they've set about fixing it, and they did a great job. But if you've got the same problem, they'll also look to see what kind of energy rebates are available. Right now, local utility companies are incentivizing homeowners to make their home more energy efficient with proper insulation. And some homes qualify for several $1,000s in savings with these utility rebate programs. So don't just assume your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today and schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection and find out if you've got water intrusion, mold, rodent issues, or even damaged insulation. Schedule your crawl space and attic inspection at crawlpros.com.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Summer's supposed to be fun. When the kids are home all day, the groceries, They add up fast. G. Scott here with a quick heads up from Safeway. There's a program called Sunbucks that gives qualifying families $120 per child for summer groceries. Some families are signed up automatically and will get a card in the mail. Others need to apply. Take a minute to check. It could really help put food on the table for your family. Head to freesummermeals.org to find out more. That's freesummermeals.org.
Hey, it is the Gee and Ursula Show coming up at 10 o'clock. Reminder, it's Pride Month. Well, some cities are reversing the course on flying the flag. We'll tell you that new city that's doing it this time. Can't wait to do that at 10 o'clock. But right now, let's get to We Need to Talk. And I'm telling y'all right now, I am super excited. I told you before, I'll tell you it again. It's the best news since the Jerry curl went out of style. Ursula, back in 1992, McDonald's put this particular item on the bench. And the reason why is they said that it was too heavy. It was too deep fried. And so people were complaining and they wanted things to appear or look healthier, right? It reminds me of the politician that says, read my lips. So McDonald's back then said, read my lips is going to be healthier, even though they brought it back, but they baked it instead of deep fried it. What am I talking about? Coming next week, June 23rd, it's back, baby. The deep fried, golden, crispy apple pie from McDonald's.
Yum.
And if you know, there's somebody right now in their car that's going crazy. Ursula, this is pure perfection. I'm telling you, Ursula, it's so damn good. I'm telling you, that thing is, you know how it's just
kind
hot.
of thing like it's so hot that it burns the roof of your mouth.
you know how it's hot.
Yeah.
It's
Do you have to have ice cream with it? Or, I mean, was this something that you did like with the kids, or was this?
I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
This 34 years ago. I didn't have no kids. Forget them kids. This ain't got nothing to do with the kids. This is the adult.
Long ago.
Matter of fact, if you're listening right now, text in if you know about it, if you remember it. I'm talking about, and you're like, well, you know, Wendy's and all these other Burger King. No.
It had to be the deep fried
McDonald's.
Okay.
Apple pie. Now.
Okay.
I said something earlier today, and I'm gonna say it again, and I'm going to die on this hill. Apple pie is the greatest pie ever invented. By the way, McDonald's is bringing this back for the 250th birthday of America.
Yeah.
So they're bringing it back.
But there's nothing more American than apple pie, right? I mean, apple pie is America.
But I'll tell you specifically why. Even though I love sweet potato pie, or Chef and Nick's delegation, they love pumpkin pie. The reason why apple pie is the winner, because sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie, you only had that once a year. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving and stuff. Apple pie, you had that thing year round.
How about blueberry pie, though?
It just don't.
Come on.
It just don't touch apple pie. It's a tough apple pie.
Okay, what's the crust apple ratio?
But see.
Come on, you gotta go a little deeper now.
Okay, I agree. But that's Ursula. That's the thing about this McDonald's this fried apple pie. Is, man, do you get you get that crunch every time. And by the way, is there anyone out there that loves to have, when you're eating food, the crunch? Like you put potato chips in between on your sandwich because you like that crunch?
Yes.
That's what
you have to have the crunch. If it's soggy, it's no-go.
Man, you get this.
We have two people back-to-back who said the inside of those apple pies are lava hot. Shane in Gig Harbor and
hot.
Mark in Seattle.
I can feel the
and
roof
then
of my
Beth in
mouth
Tacoma
burning
says
away.
It's hotter than the surface of the sun. Okay, is it just temporary, though? Is it just for the anniversary, or is it a permanent comeback?
They better keep them things.
Do they put them in a separate fryer, or does it taste like faintly of French fries and nuggets?
It don't even matter where it's cooked. it don't even matter where it's cooked. But they
bringing back prices from 40 years ago?
They come in a little sleeve and everything. Ooh-wee. So
Your inner fat child. I love your inner fat child.
Send the text messages right now. Are you agreeing with G that apple pie is the greatest pie ever invented? Ursula, what is your favorite pie?
Well, I told you, blueberry, or there was one called Milky Way pie, made by my friend Janelle. You know.
Oh, Milky Way pie.
Yeah, it's like a chocolate caramel pie.
See, that's it. You know what that reminds me of?
I know.
That's what everybody does to
know.
donuts. Like, I want this. I want the bacon on the donuts. Just give me a good old-fashioned maple bar or glazed donut.
See, now people would argue that maple bars are not even donuts.
What? By the way, so Ursula.
Yes.
I have a feeling.
I like blueberry pie.
I have a feeling you never had this McDonald's pie. Huh?
I haven't.
I'm telling you right now, when that thing come out, boy, next week.
See, now, are you worried at all that you've kind of really hyped it up and then maybe it'll not meet your expectations? Because you remember it as a child.
No, exactly.
You've had
Am I
more
worried?
pies
Yes,
since then.
I am worried. I'm worried. It's like, if you're listening right now, Nick, has your dad ever sat down with you and be like, hey, you son, you got to watch this movie. I used to love this movie as a kid. And you sit down and watch it with your dad and you're like,
yeah.
I've done that with my kids where the movie doesn't.
Sometimes, but a lot of the movies he said he's loved, I actually love too. Like, I got that old soul, you know.
You do.
That's true.
You do.
Man, it's coming back.
You guys only mentioned the sweet pies, though. One of my favorites is the chicken pot pie. I used to have that all the time.
Oh, savory pie. I can have some savory pie, too. That sounds good.
You know, I'm from the Midwest, dog. Chicken pot pies, bro.
Those are good.
And another thing that's always...
the chicken pot pie inside. Ooh, don't burn your tongue.
Okay. Coming up next, Ursula, it's Pride Month.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about pride.
Yes. And I want to know, as we celebrate Pride Month, if you are a member of the LGBTQ community, do you feel like we're going backwards? Text us. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Actually, that's just a question open to anybody.
Yep.
Do you feel like we're still making progress, or are you going backwards?
Yep.
And why?
We'll do that next. Gee Ursula.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-572-3344. That's 800-572-3344.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There is nothing so special as June in a Northwest garden. Hi, I'm Gina at Sky Nursery. I have been a huge gardener since my now adult kids were shorter than my lavender. This time of year, I like to be out in the garden checking on things, enjoying the afternoon golden hour. If you still have room for new plants, it's a great time to get them in the ground before the summer heat. Explore Sky's colorful tapestry of trees and shrubs, veggies and herbs, fountains, hanging baskets, and more. Sky Nursery, the gardener's garden store. Learn more at skynursery.com.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. At the G7 summit in France, President Trump signaling that the peace deal with Iran is pretty much done, except for a formal signing expected Friday in Geneva. The president, though, not disclosing many details, although he says Iran will not have a nuclear weapon.
And we'll be giving this out so you can read it and you can see. And it's a memorandum of understanding. If it doesn't get done in 60 days, that's all right. We go back to bombing.
Senator Tom Cotton says the Senate Intelligence Committee hearing for Jay Clayton's nomination has now been postponed because, quote, the president has directed Jay Clayton not to appear at his confirmation hearing today. Earlier, President Trump indicated Clayton would not continue until his pick to replace Clayton as the U.S. Attorney in New York. Jamie McDonald is confirmed. Residents up and down the Gulf Coast states already dealing with flash flooding this week, now bracing for the first tropical storm of the season, and fire crews are battling multiple blazes along West Coast states, including in Washington state. This is ABC News. Luigi Mangione in a New York courtroom today. The judge saying at the state trial, Mangione's attorneys plan to argue he was suffering extreme emotional disturbance when he shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, allegedly. A deadly plane crash on a busy highway in Laredo, Texas last night. That jet heading to Austin from Mexico. 6 people on board, one of them killed. ABC's Gio Benitez spoke with some Good Samaritans helping out.
We saw that there was actually movement inside the aircraft. That's when my husband jumped out of the car and went straight to help out.
Zaira Garza and her husband were driving home when they came upon the scene. He was one of those heroes.
I was scared for the people inside and for the people that was helping. I didn't know if that fire was going to make the aircraft explode.
The oldest bridge in Paris now transformed into an artificial cavern by an artist. The installation opened till June 28th. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Thousands of people in Spokane are under evacuation orders, but first, KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. On I-5, things are steady but busy. Alderwood down to South Center is running about 43 minutes, a bit slower than normal, but still moving. Over on I-405, expect heavier congestion. The same stretch is closer to about 55 minutes, so plan for extra time if you're coming into Seattle from Bellevue. There's a few delays over in South King County. Auburn to Renton is significantly slower than usual at around 36 minutes, so watch for backups there. Eastside commutes like Bellevue to Redmond and Issaquah are moving at normal speeds right now. Other drive times, Auburn to Renton, about 23 minutes. Renton to Bellevue, 55. Federal Way to Seattle, about 47 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Washington's first major wildfire of the season is burning in Spokane County. The fast-moving fire is threatening hundreds of homes as crews race to slow its spread. One of our listeners, Ahmad, who is about 5 miles away from the upriver fire, tells us,
I can see the smoke. I don't see it right now because the wind has shifted, but yesterday I could see this white, gray plume of smoke. It looked pretty ominous. I can hear the airplanes and helicopters going over my house, heading in that direction, that are fighting the fire.
The fire started yesterday. It's about 5.5 miles down from downtown Spokane. Ahmad is home. 2 of his kids are at camp in Idaho. His oldest is with him, and he's just waiting.
I'm waiting with my animals. I'm just waiting for the call to actually leave to go to a friend's place that's further out.
The fire stretches across about 300 acres. It's 0% contained, and there are no injuries. Mount Si is closed today after a bear attacked 2 teen hikers yesterday afternoon. KIRO 7 TV's Nia Bliss reports wildlife crews are searching for that bear.
While Keenan never saw the actual attack, he did witness the injured teen hiker escorted down Mount Si by King County Search and Rescue.
He was scratched up. He was really afraid, traumatized, really.
Multiple agencies responded.
We're about 200 feet away from the summit.
They say the teen had been hiking with a large group when they encountered a black bear, though the teen yelled to scare it away.
He said that the bear kept after him and that it kept swatting at him.
Officers say the bear charged at the teen, clawing him.
A weekend sting operation on Aurora Avenue rescued more than a dozen women and children. The Seattle Police Department says officers were targeting human trafficking in that area. Investigators say they connected 10 adults, victims with shelter and support services. They also placed 3 minors into protective care. During the sweep, police arrested 6 people accused of trying to exploit children. All 6 suspects are now facing felony charges. The notorious McDonald's in downtown Seattle's 3rd and Pine is officially open. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Dee Sun has more.
Over the past multiple years, the area has become a crime hotspot with random attacks, shootings, and drug arrests. It got so bad, McDonald's blocked the doors and only provided service through a window. Now, customers can walk inside a newly remodeled entryway for the first time in years. You can still only place to-go orders.
For your KIRO Newsradio weather, clear skies and sunshine today. Highs will be pretty warm in the mid-70s. Right now, it's about 60 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO Newsradio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy that you're hanging out with us today. Ursula, before I say good morning to you, I just got a question. And by the way, this isn't gender specific. You know, this goes for men and women.
Okay.
I'm curious, text in, what was your first Transformer as a child? You know, you ever played with Transformers and stuff like that when you were a kid? Like I said, both men and women play with toys. What was your first Transformers? Text that in. I just want to just ask random.
That's just kind of random.
Yeah.
Because now you're just going back in the time machine.
Yeah.
First with the apple pies.
Yep,
you're going almost 4 decades back. And during the break, G was like, what if I don't like this apple pie as much as I remember?
It's coming out June 23rd.
Okay.
I'm going to be there first thing. I'm scared. So what I'm going to do is, Chef made a good point. I'm going to do a what do they call it? The reveal. I'm going to do it on video.
Do a taste taste test video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll see.
And you're so honest, and I know that if it's really not as good as you remember, you're going to let us know.
Gosh. I'm going to be so mad and disappointed. All right, what's happening?
Well, text us, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
What's new at 10?
Starting with this story out of Mill Creek, where a family is suing the city and its police department now, claiming that a 13-year-old boy was injured after an officer used his patrol SUV to stop the kid's mini bike. According to this federal lawsuit, officers have been told not to pursue the kids because they were not suspected of any serious crime. Again, they were on their mini bikes. But the suit alleges that one officer ignored those instructions, cut his SUV across the boy's path, and caused a crash. And the family says 3 eyewitnesses support that version of events. Again, that he made a point of cutting in front of the boy's path and causing that crash. And the lawsuit also claims that the injured teen was handcuffed while bleeding and grabbed and pulled up to his feet and cursed at by the officer. The family further alleges that the boy, who is biracial, was targeted because of his race. And why did they say that? Because a white friend who was riding with him was reportedly stopped by another officer without incident. The lawsuit also claims that police later upgraded the call from a misdemeanor nuisance complaint to felony eluding. And they allege that they did that to justify the officer's actions after the fact.
Yeah.
Now, the city says it's not commenting on pending litigation, and it's also important to point out that no criminal charges were ever filed against this teen.
I can see what kind of segment we're about to have here, Ursula, so I'm going to make sure I go into this very calm.
Okay.
And I want to talk about, there's 2 stages that I want to tell you guys that I have gone through in my life. And what stages am I? I'm talking about there's 2 stages of understanding about what it's like to be targeted because of the color of your skin. When I was young, I was just confused, right? Something would happen. I would know that something's not right. You know how something happens and your stomach tells you something's not right, but your mind just like, I don't, something's not making sense. Yeah. And the biggest reason, Ursula, why it did not make sense to me when I was younger is because these were adults. And so you assume that adults do the right thing. So you trust, right? As a kid, you trust the adults. So you know it can't be them in your mind. It's not them. But for some reason, something's not right. It's not adding up. So that's the first stage. And then as you get older, you see things happen more. Your mind understands. You hear of other stories. Because sometimes you don't even share these stories with other people because you don't know how to explain it when you're young, right? And so then when you get older, you see these things happen. The confusion burns off, kind of like fog burns off in a day. Like it just burns off. And then you get it. You get it so much, and you understand it so much. You understand it so much that when other people talk about it, you can hear their unconscious bias. You see what I'm saying? Like, I've been black my whole life. These stories and which we're talking about right here, this has been happening since the end of time, and I can hear it. When someone talks about it, I can hear it. And 90% of the time, no, I'll take that back. 98% of the time, I don't even say anything. I just note it. And I'm bringing these 2 stages up to just talk about this situation, this 13-year-old in this situation where the young man was treated one way, the other young man was treated another. So much so that the adults in the room, the adult in this in this law, in this uniform, changed how the call was. It went from a nuisance, right? They changed it afterwards. So then to turn to like almost a felony. So the stories can start to match up to the narrative and why the response went down the way that it did.
Well, you said it in such a calm manner, and I understand that you said you're doing it very deliberately in that way.
Yeah. You could not be calm, though. Go ahead.
I read this, and again, it's no criminal charges were filed. So if it in fact was a felony eluding, I'm curious as to why the charges were not ever filed. The fact that there were eyewitnesses who came forward and said, no, this is what happened. This is not what the officer is saying happened. This is what happened. And it was like an overreaction. And maybe, maybe the officer was having a bad day and just, again, basing it on what is alleged here. Yeah. But this is the thing that is especially troubling. The crash itself is troubling. The treatment of the alleged treatment of the boy is troubling. But someone changing the incidents from a nuisance call to a felony eluding case?
Come on.
After the fact? Should have everyone outraged. And that does nothing to preserve trust in the Mill Creek's police department. So, and unfortunately, like, why does it have to be a lawsuit to get this out?
I'll tell you why. Because Mill Creek wouldn't admit it any other way. You see, a lawsuit could be prevented if Mill Creek and the leaders come out and say, hey, officer messed up. We'll take full accountability for that situation. But because they won't do that, because there's this, I don't know, is there still a blue shield out there? Because they won't do that, you need a lawsuit to force the hand of them to admit wrongdoing. So then they would still rather admit that this young man wasn't being targeted. So they'll rather use taxpayer money to settle and pay. They will pay not to admit wrongdoing.
Yes. And Brad in the 253 is saying, please use, we are saying allegedly as much as possible. This is a lawsuit. These are allegations. Okay, so let's make that clear. With multiple witnesses, I tried to make that very clear. And what I am going to say is there needs to be an explanation as to why did that change? And if it was, in fact, felony eluding, why were no criminal charges filed? Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny that Brad at 253, he only uses allegedly with that topic, but he doesn't use that in other topics when other conversations are happening. Pick and choose, Brad 253. I see your text history. Go ahead.
Okay, well, let's talk about, I asked the question if you think that we are making progress in terms of the LGBTQ community and rights when it comes to that community, because we are into June and it is Pride Month, and there are more and more objections to public displays celebrating this month. So apparently you guys might have talked about it. There's an update. Edmonds Mayor Mike Rosen reversed course and put the pride flag back up at City Hall after a swift public backlash. In case you weren't following it, the mayor initially decided not to fly the LGBTQ plus pride flag this June and had even removed it from City Hall. Help. Okay, so anyway, but there were community members who packed the City Hall meeting. They objected. Council unanimously urged the mayor to fly the flag, and it went up last Wednesday. But in Oak Harbor, where their city council voted 5-2 to reject a motion to raise the pride flag, Mayor Ronnie Wright, who counts himself as a member of the LGBTQ community, tells King 5 he's disappointed. He paid for pride flags to be put up at businesses on Main Street who wanted them, but
I was very eager to hang this flag with pride. Yesterday, I received an alarming request from my landlord asking me to remove the flag.
So there was a lot of public comment on this. It went back and forth.
Flying any ideological flag on a government property inherently favors that ideology by that government.
We are not an ideology, we're a people, and we live here.
Let the stars and stripes be the banner which unites us.
So in Oak Harbor, anyway, Pride will remain a private celebration.
Well, first, I want to tell Jeff in Port Angeles that I don't have hair today. But Jeff in Port Angeles, I love you too. Jeff had texted me. He was just like, do you have hair today? 2:30, correct? I love you. So I just want love you, Jeff.
So random.
So random. The reason why I had to be random because a topic like this bothers me. So Ursula, I'll be fast. I have a question. I'll listen to everything.
Take your time because I need to cough.
Okay, go ahead, cough. Ursula, I have a question for everyone that's listening right now. Let's do this. You can't use religion or pull religion out of it. Here's my question. Tell me how a relationship that involves two people that are gay, a gay marriage or a gay relationship, tell me how it impacts you. And you can't use religion. That's the first question. The next thing that I want to say is this. When we were growing up, Ursula, we would, a lot of times at nighttime, you leave a porch light on. And one of the reasons you leave a porch light on, usually because if guests are coming to your house, you might have steps. You want to just show them. And it was just a way of being welcoming, the porch light. A flag being up in your city, in your town, is nothing but a porch light. Letting the people of the LGBTQ community know that they are welcomed 100%. It's not an ideology. These are people. But I'll just say this. You can take the flag off the pole, but you can't get rid of your neighbor, because your neighbor's your neighbor. Mm-hmm. You could try to hide it. You don't want to not be welcoming to your neighbor is disgusting. But I told you, I'm not going to get emotional about this topic, because I see a lot of people believe we are going backwards, Ursula.
Well, yeah, and I asked people to text in. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Mark in Seattle said, the current steps backward in LGBTQ equality are the dying gasps of an old regime. Those dinosaurs are in power now, but their days are numbered. Millennials and Gen Z see and hate their hypocrisy and injustice. It's going to hurt for a while longer, but Gen Z especially doesn't play around with equality. Permanent change and acceptance is coming. Your arms are up, G. Your arms are up.
Because I've been here before.
Uh-huh.
I've been here before. I remember in the 90s, I used to say things like, I can't wait. This whole way of thinking is going to die out. We, the young generation, we're together. We love the same type of music. We're in communities. There's interracial relationships and marriages. Things are changed. I got fooled, because some of the same people that I was going to school with that were the same my age still have those beliefs of the 1920s. I've done this before, won't do it again. Don't blame this on any community. No. This is a problem that goes through generations sometimes. Some of these young Gen Z folks, some of them is just as bad as these boomers out here. I've been fooled once, you'll fool me again.
I want to have the optimism of that last texter. But it's not being seen at the moment, I'm going to say. Okay, I'm going to move on to this one story that you've probably heard by now. You've gone on Mount Si, right? You've hiked Mount Si?
No.
What, not that one?
Not that one.
I think that was the one.
Not that one.
Okay, well, but all trails, is this still the case? They're all closed today after a bear attack? Yeah. There was a bear attack involving 3 teens. And the 3 teenage hikers tell KIRO 7 TV they were near the summit of Mount Si, and the bear charged and they scattered. One actually sprained his ankle running away. One told a passerby afterward that the bear swatted his leg several times.
The bear scratched him up. His extremities, his whole legs were scratched up. He could really barely walk.
A second group of hikers also said they were followed by a black bear on Mount Si that same day, but there was no contact. And according to Fish and Wildlife, the last recorded bear attack with injuries was back in 2022. So I know you said you haven't been. Is this enough to say I'm not going to?
Yeah, I ain't going. Yeah, I ain't going. Them bears is basically saying, look, we tired of y'all. Y'all have come to our community, right? Because the bears was here first, right? You come to our community, and the bears are basically saying, we can't build a wall. You know what I mean? We can't pass immigration laws against y'all. So the bears is like, look, if I scare you a little bit, maybe you'll stay away.
Oh, you are too.
You going, Ursula? You gonna go with where the bear's at? No, you know what? I ain't never seen a bear in real life.
I have. Yeah, when we were at Yellowstone. Yeah, remember I told you we were at Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And the boys were like, there's and of course I'm like in a panic.
Yeah.
And the boys are, hey, bear ahead.
Yeah.
Again, yeah. I think I'll slow down my pace just a little bit.
What's the saying on them bears?
Oh, no.
No? Okay, we'll move on.
We're not going to do that.
Okay.
The white, black, brown bear thing.
The fact that you knew where I was going is
I
incredible.
do.
All right,
and you and I failed miserably last time. Do not take any advice on what to do in the wilderness from Gee or Ursula.
Well, people got mad.
Oh, God, yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
Do not take any advice
take
from
hiking
us.
tips from. See, I thought you meant the one about how, like, you don't have to be fast enough to outrun the bear. You just have to be fast enough to outrun your friend. That's what I thought you meant.
Oh, no. But remember, I'm the one who had that coyote sighting. Remember what I did. So, there's that.
Yep.
Anyway, okay. Well, we are done.
We're
Coming
done?
up at 10:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about, did you see this? That some employers are using your personal data to figure out just how low they can go when it comes to your pay.
Funky is your chicken.
Just how low can you go?
Can you go
I'm supposed to bring some good news.
All the way to the flow. Hey, Nick, so let me get this straight, man. They got an algorithm to figure out how low of a pay that you'll accept.
They just want to make young people's lives worse and worse.
Hey, man, they tell me, gee, these youngsters, they don't want to work.
I wonder why.
By the way, I either laugh or cry. We do that next, Gee and Ursula.
Life doesn't have to slow you down just because costs are up. At Subaru of Puyallup, fuel-efficient models help you go farther with the confidence of all-wheel drive. And you have to experience the newly redesigned Subaru Outback with bold styling, advanced safety, an upgraded touchscreen, and even more capability. For stress-free pricing, a huge selection, and current offers, stop by Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership. Part of the Harnish Auto family. Visit SubaruofPuyallup.com.
It's your dog, G. Scott here. Let's talk. Summer is supposed to be about sunshine and kids and having fun. But when the kids are home all day, that grocery bill, have you seen them prices? They're diabolical. That's why I want you to know about Sunbucks and why our friends at Safeway are helping get the word out. If your family qualifies, you can receive $120 per child to spend on groceries this summer. Food in your cart and a little less pressure on the budget. No catch, no judgment. This program is simply about making sure kids have enough to eat when school is out. Here's the important part. Many families are enrolled automatically, and the card may already be headed to your mailbox. But some families do need to apply depending on income and where you live. So take a couple minutes and check. Visit freesummermeals.org. That's freesummermeals.org. Safeway. Looking out for them families this summer.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car
know you can donate real estate too. Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
For years, I've been telling you how much we care for our hens and the land here at Wilcox Farms. But don't just take my word for it. Our family's commitment is backed by trusted third-party certifications. Hartley Wilcox here. Wilcox eggs are USDA organic, meaning no synthetic pesticides or GMOs. We're certified humane, ensuring our hens live with dignity and space to roam. We're salmon safe, protecting Northwest waterways, and recognized for sustainable farming practices. These aren't just labels. They're proof that every one of our eggs comes from a farm that values animal welfare, environmental stewardship, and your family's health. So next time you're at the store, look for Wilcox Family Farms eggs. They're not only delicious, they're certifiably humane and organic, raised with care you can trust. Learn more at wilcoxfamilyfarms.com, because doing the right thing isn't just our promise, it's our principle. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once-yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Guys, it's Men's Health Month at Revive Seattle. Get a free comprehensive wellness panel. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, heart health, and more. Valued at $400. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. A new report from the Washington Post says that President Trump's White House ballroom project won't be entirely privately funded. More from ABC News Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce.
The president just spent $15 million in taxpayer money to paint the bottom of the pool, quote, American flag blue, but the water is now green, overrun with algae. Workers have been out spotted trying to clean it up. National Park Service workers dumping hydrogen peroxide into the water. In a statement, the White House says they are deploying, quote, high-tech nanobubble ozone technology to kill the algae and keep the water of the reflecting pool crystal clear.
A fire that tore through a Kenmore home early this morning is now under control. KIRO News Radio's John Rep reports from the scene near Northeast 191st Street and 60th Avenue Northeast.
Eyewitnesses who got there just before me said they heard a couple of loud explosions as they were seeing the initial flames and the smoke coming up. They don't know what it was, but just from looking at the house, it looked like there were a lot of things that were cluttered around the house. It took firefighters a good bit to work on this and to knock it down.
No injuries have been reported, and we don't know yet what caused the fire. Today is the last day of the school year for Seattle Public Schools, but Superintendent Ben Schulter says major challenges are still in the future. KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha is outside the Hazelwood K-8 school.
Now, he's going to have to deal with parents and others on the issue of school closures. He's already faced pressure on both sides when it comes to the district's cell phone bans and policies. He's also had to deal with safety concerns at several different schools. In January, he told our Lindsay Sheldon that security fencing, cameras, metal detectors could all be coming to some schools. Now, those measures could be put in place anytime between now and the next school year.
Something other than coffee could soon be powering Seattle's iconic Starbucks Center. The Seattle Times reports the owners of the Soto landmark are exploring plans for a small-scale data center on the vacant ground floor. The space has been empty since an Amazon Fresh pickup site left back in January of 2024. Co-owners say that a conceptual site plan has been filed with the city, but no tenant yet has been selected. The proposal comes just days after Seattle approved a temporary ban on large new data centers. Now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Starting on I-5, traffic is improving after the morning rush, but still a bit sluggish in some spots. Alderwood down to South Center is holding around 43 minutes right now, so plan on moderate delays through Northgate and downtown Seattle. Over on I-5 or I-405, it is still slow. The same trip is about an hour with heavier congestion through Bellevue, Renton, and Tukwila. In the south end, we're seeing significant backups. Auburn to Renton, about 36 minutes, well above normal, so expect slowdowns approaching the valley and the 405 interchange. Don't miss Firework Nights all summer long, presented by T-Mobile. The next show is June 19th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks. For your forecast, clear skies, warm temperatures, sunshine. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Right now, it's about 61 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Kashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. Before the break, we were asking, what was that saying when it comes to bears? What were you supposed to do? And just... I want to say this. I want to preclude this statement by saying don't listen to G or me when it comes to advice in the wilderness.
Yeah,
however,
I'm retired.
The wilderness saying is if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lie down. And if it's white, say good night. This is what happens when you encounter bears. So black, fight back. Brown, lie down. White, say good night. I'm not willing to give up, even if I encounter a polar bear. Okay, but
the likelihood of that.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's switch subjects here. Okay, what if your boss knew exactly how desperate you were for money and used that information to decide how little they were going to pay you? Because that is essentially a warning in a new report on what's called algorithmic wage discrimination. Researchers say that gig work companies are not just matching workers with jobs, they're collecting all sorts of data about workers and using it to determine the lowest pay someone is likely to accept. So this is like companies like Amazon, Flex, DoorDash, Uber, Lyft, Instacart. They can use that information to fine-tune pay offers for their individual workers. And this report pointed out there was a woman named Nicole who started driving for Lyft to help cover a higher mortgage payment. And every Saturday she would drive until she earned about $200 and then would call it a day. But after a few months, something changed and it started taking longer and longer to reach that same $200 goal. Eventually, she was earning about $50 less per shift, even though she was maintaining a high driver rating and putting in more effort than ever. So she had to work extra Sundays, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, I know that you saw this story. I know you had a reaction.
Yeah, I do. So every day on my social media platform, I post something about today's K-shaped economy. And by the way, K-shaped economy means that when we talk about this economy today, think of a K. Some people, the K, going towards the top, doing very well. And then there's some people going towards the bottom, not doing so well. And Ursula, what I talk about every time is I talk about this economy. I talk about livable wages or lack thereof. I talk about affordability. I talk about all these things. Do you know that I get more hate on this topic than I do or when I used to talk about the president? By the way, I don't talk about him anymore. I don't talk about any things that's happened in the past or nothing. I just talk about this. And I get so much hate. And
hate over what?
Hate over, like, what I've learned and I'm learning is, you see, Ursula, you can predict all you want. because you could be right or wrong. You could say, I don't think this is going to happen then. But what you can't do is you can't change the past. And unfortunately, the past is an indicator of currently what's happening now. And the hate comes from me reminding folks what people are going through and the fact that I don't want to just say the young generation, but the working class right now in this country are truly having a hard time. And what I mean by that is so for an example, in 1970, the federal minimum wage was $1.60. Today, the federal minimum wage is $7.25. So it's only moved up that much. But we all know what a gallon of gas is, and we all know what a house costs today. And by the way, back then, the average home, the median home was $17,000 in 1970. And you all know that's not there today. And I'm bringing that up because you bring up a topic, Ursula, talking about an algorithm used to figure out how low can you go.
Yeah. Like, this person will accept this, so let's just lowball them.
And the thing is so I believe that before the algorithm, this has always been a thing for companies. How low can we go? And this is the reason why sometimes when you buck up and say, hey, you know what, I'm leaving. Have you guys ever done this out there? Have you ever gone to your company and say, hey, you know what, I found something elsewhere? And then your company says, hey, we'll give you a raise right now for 25%. Mm-hmm. Right? The only way to get a raise in this world is to have leverage. Like, your company doesn't come in and say, you know what, Nick, you've been doing so well at your job. Here's a 25% raise. No. That's not how it goes down.
No.
Something has to happen to where you come in and say, hey, job, I got a new job. I'm about to get more money. Current job says, Ursula, we're going to give you 25% more. Will you stay? And so to have an algorithm to pay people as low as possible?
It just reminds me of what many of these big companies that rent the apartment complexes do, right? I mean, it's the same kind of idea.
Groceries too.
Groceries, exactly. It's using the algorithm to maximize profit. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised. It's kind of awful, but unless you are one of the shareholders or unless you're, I mean, if you're the worker receiving this is horrible news. Mm-hmm. Right? But if you are a shareholder or if you are on the part of the K-shaped economy that's doing very well, you love this.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's like let the tools do what they're going to maximize your profits.
Yeah. It's one of those things. And you asked me about the hate, and I want to specifically tell you what this is about. The number one thing that I get is, gee, why are you complaining about this? You do well financially. Think about that for a sec, Ursula. The reason why I should be quiet is because of what's happening, going well for me. So it's like living on a block.
Like you have no right to speak about it because you're doing well. Is that essentially what they're saying?
Right. But see, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's exactly who should be speaking about it.
So people love to talk about the exception. And the reason why they like to talk about the exception, because the truth is there's only one door, and the truth is it should be a whole lane of people following behind me. Now, I don't want to get deep into this exception that I'm talking about, especially me being here at KIRO Radio, but I walked through a door, and for some reason, nobody else has been able to walk through that same door. So my goal is I don't want one door. I don't want to be talking about the exception. I don't want to be the first this or the first that. I want to be, hey, looks like there's a whole bunch of people coming behind me. Mm-hmm. That would be good stuff.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
All right. See, Ursula.
You and me both.
I wish you didn't have that cough, because you get me to talking and I get to keep talking too much. I'm trying to shut myself up.
Well, you get me laughing and then it causes me to cough. I'm going to apologize to everybody. I insisted on coming back today. And Chef was like, if you feel this way, are you going to come in tomorrow? Yes, I'm planning to come in tomorrow. I might not have a voice.
Okay. Can I just wrap this up?
Yes.
Nick, I always feel like, Nick, seriously, there's really an algorithm, bro, on how to pay people less. Could you ever thought you lived to see something like that?
It's pretty sad, really. And, it shouldn't be unusual for you to actually care about the middle class or the lower class or the working class, for that matter. Because the ones that don't, they're just heartless. They're just thinking about themselves. And they don't consider the fact that what supports their society is the working class. They just want to live in this little bubble of theirs and think that everything's going to be okay as long as they got money in their pocket.
Excuse me, front desk. Can I have extra towels, please? Can you hurry those right up? Coming up next here on the Gee Ursula Show, scenarios.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO Newsradio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There is nothing so special as June in a Northwest garden. Hi, I'm Gina at Sky Nursery. I have been a huge gardener since my now adult kids were shorter than my lavender. This time of year, I like to be out in the garden checking on things, enjoying the afternoon golden hour. If you still have room for new plants, it's a great time to get them in the ground before the summer heat. Explore Sky's colorful tapestry of trees and shrubs, veggies and herbs, fountains, hanging baskets, and more. Sky Nursery, the gardener's garden store. Learn more at skynursery.com.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
It's a hot spot on your dog's leg that the internet says you can treat it at home. You're not sure though, because now it's oozing.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Ooh, he's licking it. Super gross, dude.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Please be advised. You may want to stop eating the following foods immediately: broccoli, kale, bean sprouts, blueberries, quinoa, spinach.
Wait, what? I thought those were good for me.
Turns out, not for everyone. Because what's healthy for one person can cause inflammation for another. And the only way to really know what your body needs is to listen to it.
Listen how?
That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to understand what's happening inside you right now. When your results come in, you'll learn exactly which foods to eat, which to avoid, and which supplements are right for you, all based on the world's largest RNA-based human biology database and thousands of clinical research studies. And many people who use Viome report more energy, better digestion, and a better mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing. Learn more at Viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase. Viome. Trust your gut.
Jazz Alley invites you to a night of smooth grooves and all-star musicianship with the Jazz Funk Soul Quintet, featuring Jeff Lorber, Everett Harp, and Paul Jackson Jr., June 18th through the 21st. Tickets at jazzalley.com.
Life doesn't have to slow you down just because costs are up. At Subaru of Puyallup, fuel-efficient models help you go farther with the confidence of all-wheel drive. And you have to experience the newly redesigned Subaru Outback with bold styling, advanced safety, an upgraded touchscreen, and even more capability. For stress-free pricing, a huge selection, and current offers, stop by Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership. Part of the Harnish Auto family. Visit SubaruofPuyallup.com.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Good morning to all of you. We got the 11 o'clock hour coming up, and you know at 11:30 we'll do Agree to Disagree. But coming up at 11, today is the last day of school for students in Seattle. And there's a new report that finds that summer vacation may actually be damaging our kids.
Okay, no.
No, real quick.
No.
Exactly. I just want to share.
Yeah, they need to work harder, don't they?
No, I want to share something. I got to. Listen, let me tell you guys something, okay? So sometimes chef will place like a special tease in front of my face, right? And I'll read off the paper. And here's the thing. And I love chef. I really do. But chef has some way how can I say this? Like, when it comes to a party, he got some way, like, yeah, it's going to be a good party, but I heard the porta potty is nasty. You know, he'll do something like that. You know what I mean? So, again.
It has that Grim Reaper effect.
You're already the guy who's no longer fun at parties.
Scenarios.
Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
Now, it's not my place to be making hiring decisions for the store that I work for. But as I was bagging the groceries, a familiar face walked through the door to apply for a job. My boss shook his hand. They walked back to the offices, and later I found out that they had been hired. This is horrible news because this dude's a thief. Constantly. A few times got caught stealing at the last job I was at, but he kept getting chances because he was dating the boss's daughter. Now, can he have changed his ways? Probably. And maybe everyone deserves a second chance. Now, his start date is next week. And my boss knows that I used to work with this guy. So now, if he gets caught stealing, my boss, I feel like, is going to be upset with me if I don't give him the heads up of what I know, what he did at the last job. Now, but if I tell him what I think, I might also be messing over this guy who might need a second chance. What should I do? 888-973-5476. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Ursula, you have to bet first.
If your boss knew that you knew this person and didn't ask you for your opinion before hiring him, he doesn't want to hear your opinion now. He or she does not want to hear your opinion now. I'm going to say that.
Good point.
First, right? The time to have said something would have been before the hiring. But again, you were not included. And as you said in your opening statement, it's not your position to make these hiring decisions.
Right.
And, I would say keep your nose out of it. Mm-hmm. Don't say anything. Your boss has no reason to hold you responsible if this person ends up stealing like he allegedly did at the last place,
right,
that you allegedly think he got away with because he was allegedly having a relationship with the boss's daughter.
Right.
So there's a whole lot of allegations here. And unless you have the proof or you were asked for your opinion before he was hired, you say nothing.
Y'all know the 3 words. Y'all already know where G coming at with this. And the reason why, I've been here at this job for a long time. Guess how many times somebody's asked me my opinion on another hire here? Never.
0.
Never. And it's like, oh my goodness, but Billy might have his say in who gets hired. It's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, man, if I could get 1 in 10 years, some of them get 5 in 2 months. It's crazy. Anyways, back to the grocery store. So with the grocery store, mind your business.
Yep. Or as Shane in Big Harbor says, mind your business.
Yeah, Ursula, you nailed it, though. Actually, yours was better than mine. Yours, when you said they didn't ask your opinion before they were hired, that is, they don't want your opinion. Yeah.
No.
Chef, what you got?
The only thing on this is it would make me incredibly nervous as a worker to know that someone I know to be a thief was hired, because you never know who the boss might pin the blame on when stuff starts to go missing. And even if they never find out who it is, and even if you're never directly blamed, theft casts a pall of suspicion on every worker in that building.
You know what, Chef? Y'all know how my mind think. I get the random. Can I ask y'all a question? You just said something.
No.
Listen, y'all.
Oh, no.
Have y'all ever been at somebody's house and you're at their house and something in their house has come up missing? And you go to help to try to find it because you really want it to be found because you don't want any doubt that it was you. Like, hey, I don't know what I just did with my paycheck. It was around here somewhere. And you're just walking around like, and you really trying to help them find it.
Okay.
That makes you look more suspicious, right?
More suspicious if you are overly eager when you want to help find it.
No, that's the thing. You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't. You don't get up to help or you help too much. Nick, what you got, man?
It's a questionable decision to be hiring this person that they know and having the background knowledge that they are also a thief now entering your workplace. So at this point, I feel like there's not much you can do about it aside from just letting your manager know about the new hire's history and give your 2 cents. And aside from that, just keeping that extra pair of eyes in the back of your head for the next heist this person's planning on with this new gig of theirs. Old habits die hard, and if what you're saying is true, if they got away with it before, there's no reason they'll try that sneaky move again of taking something that's not theirs.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
Yeah, that thief stuff. But like, to what points the chef's made, like, when something gets stolen, you do be worried about, like, man, it could.
Don't blame me.
Don't blame me.
But you know what? Why be worried if you know it wasn't you?
Ursula. Because sometimes, man, because you don't.
You've never been the usual suspect, have you?
No.
True. Hey, so let me read what Chef said. Coming up at 11, today is the last day of school for students in Seattle. And a new report finds summer vacation might be actually damaging our kids. We'll do that next at 11.
Or it could be fabulous.
Gee Ursula.
Her beauty, she carries it well. I'm staring at your heart, baby, hoping you can tell. Hoping you can tell that I'm watching you love.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone,
Welcome to AutoZone.
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Olympic Hot Tubs mid-year clearance event is on. Score big savings on saltwater hot tubs, saunas, and swim spas. Hurry, our mid-year clearance and these incredible deals end June 30th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Have something to say? We'd love to hear it. Text KIRO News Radio at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once-yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The Trump administration releasing the terms of the proposed peace plan between the U.S. and Iran, the 14-point memo of understanding set to be formally signed Friday in Geneva. It would extend the ceasefire by 60 days, reopen the Strait of Hormuz, and push for nuclear talks to resume. ABC's Jonathan Karl says Iran would also get some key sanctions lifted.
The single most important sanctions were the sanctions that denied Iran the ability to sell its oil on the international market. Now, they did sell their oil anyway through its shadow fleet on the black market, but this cost Iran dearly. Now, immediately upon signing this, they have access to international oil markets, something they have not had for many years under many different U.S. presidents.
At the G7 summit, President Trump says if Iran behaves, they can get funds unfrozen. If they don't, the U.S. would resume military strikes. Severe storms targeting the Midwest today with the threat of tornadoes. This is ABC News. The man accused of shooting and killing United Healthcare CEO was in court today. Attorneys for Luigi Mangione telling the judge in a state case they're petitioning for psychiatric argument to be presented at his trial, claiming Mangione suffered an extreme emotional disturbance at the time of the crime. Analysts say if the argument is allowed at trial, it could change Mangione's sentencing. The U.S., Mexico, and Canada co-hosting the FIFA World Cup. Fans of one World Cup teams are having a great time in a historic U.S. host city.
Scotland fans have taken over Boston for the
World Cup, and some of them told affiliate WCVB.
I don't think Boston realized what was coming to it.
It's been good for local businesses, but not for beer supplies. Sam Adams' parent company says its Boston taproom ran out of its signature Boston Lager over the weekend after sales were 4 times higher than usual. Company says it resorted to an emergency delivery and added extra deliveries throughout this week.
ABC's Brian Clark. I'm Michelle Franz in ABC News.
A massive wildfire is burning in Spokane County, but first, KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. This traffic report is brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. On I-5, things continue to ease from the morning commute, but you're going to still see some steady volumes through Seattle. Alderwood to South Center is about 42 minutes with typical slowdown spots near downtown and Boeing Field. On 405, it's still a tough drive out there. It's about 50 minutes right now with congestion through Bellevue, Renton, and down into Tukwila. Auburn to Renton stays slow at about 30 minutes, so expect delays to 405 and 167. Subaru of Puyallup has dependable, fuel-efficient all-wheel drive models, including the redesigned Subaru Outback. Find stress-free pricing and offers at SubaruofPuyallup.com. Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Washington's first major wildfire of the season is burning in Spokane County. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports on the fast-moving fire threatening hundreds of homes.
Ahmad lives just 5 miles away from the upriver fire, watching it scorch about 300 acres so far, only 10% contained.
I can see the smoke. I don't see it right now because the wind has shifted, but yesterday I could see this white, gray plume of smoke. It looked pretty ominous. I can hear the airplanes and helicopters going over my house, heading in that direction, that are fighting the fire.
No word yet on where or how the fire started just outside of Spokane. Whole neighborhoods are now being told to evacuate. Ahmad is ready to go if he has to. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A fire has badly damaged a home in Kenmore. KIRO News Radio's John Rett reports from the scene.
As I was coming up the hill, you could see the smoke just billowing up into the clear sky. So you could see this from blocks and blocks around. You had firefighters running towards the house, setting up hose lines. They got a ladder, climbed up on top of the roof, started cutting access areas into the roof, all very quickly.
The fire was knocked down and no injuries have been reported. No word yet on what caused the fire, but neighbors report hearing explosions just before seeing the flames and smoke. 6 people are behind bars this morning following a major human trafficking sting in Seattle. According to the Seattle Police Department, the weekend operation focused heavily on the North Aurora corridor. Officers arrested 6 suspects for seeking to exploit children. They are all facing serious felony charges. Police also helped rescue 13 victims from the streets. That includes 3 minors who are now safe in protective services. Residents in unincorporated Bremerton woke up to a loud crashing sound early Tuesday morning. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
Kitsap County deputies were called to an apartment complex on Northeast Steeple Rock Lane in unincorporated Bremerton just after 2:30 a.m. Kevin McCarty with the Kitsap County Sheriff's Office says when deputies arrived, they found a damaged garage and at least 1 damaged vehicle.
Sheriff's deputies believe the 19-year-old driver of that car was under the influence of hallucinogenic mushrooms when he drove the car from inside a closed garage.
The man drove away, then returned and was arrested. He now faces multiple charges, including DUI and hit and run. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
For your KIRO News Radio weather, clear skies, sunshine all day today. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Right now, it's about 63 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Good morning to all of you. Grateful that you're hanging out with us today. Good morning to you, Ursula.
Good morning. Coming up at 11:30, I heard about the tragedy involving the horse that was carrying some folks in Central Park. And the horse that died. So we're going to talk about whether those horse carriages should still be a thing. And I used to love, I'm going to be honest, I used to love riding in them. And then someone posed a question to me while I was traveling in the Philippines and asked me, like, why are you even considering that? So I'm curious as to where you land on that one.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that we'll tackle coming up at 11:30. In case you haven't heard, it's the last day of school, so we're going to jump into that because we're going to talk about all sorts of studies and all sorts of things that make you wonder if summer vacation is something we should even have our kids take anymore. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
So yes, it is the last day of school for tens of thousands of students in Seattle. They are just hours away from being unleashed into the world. And of course, this means it's going to be time for zero responsibilities, or few responsibilities at least, until September. And when you think of summer vacation, what is your automatic reaction, G?
I get and am so happy for kids because I know that feeling, right, as a kid. So the same feeling that kid gets knowing it's the last day of school is the same feeling we adults get when we get on the other side of TSA, when we're getting ready to travel to a favorite destination.
Yes.
You see
That's
what I'm
like
saying?
almost my favorite day of vacation.
It's better than the whole vacation.
Yes.
On the other side of TSA.
Anticipating
Yeah.
that vacation.
So, I mean, what's my favorite thing about TSA? Excuse me. About, jeez.
Nothing.
Brain. My favorite thing about summer vacation and school's out is I think that, Ursula, you get to sleep in and you get to hang out with your friends late at night.
Now, were your parents the type, though?
Oh, gosh.
Okay, I'm just curious because I know that my dad in particular would say things like, if you have too much idle time, that's just time to get into trouble.
That's true.
So it would be my summers were filled with things like berry picking or babysitting, or we couldn't afford to do tennis camps, but I'd be playing tennis as much as I could, or whatever it was. I just couldn't just laze around.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that kind of went with our kids too. It's like we signed them up for camps and that kind of thing. It wasn't like they couldn't do anything.
Right.
And I don't know if you were, that type of parent as well, or if, or if your parents were like, hey, we need to keep G's very busy.
We talked about this before you went on vacation, right? And what we talked about is my summers were different for me. Were different than my kids' summers.
That's right. Okay, well, so Brookings and Scholastic reports that on average, students lose about 20 to nearly 30% of their total school year gains when it comes to reading and math over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically about a full month of school year learning evaporating. So one of the questions would be, are you still a proponent of 3 months off or shorter breaks throughout the year?
I want shorter breaks throughout the year. I think 3 months. I mean, I know this is where Chef was actually right in his tease. I think 3 months a year for a kid is terrible. It's a terrible idea, because what ends up happening is people who have the means, right, to be able to send their kids to camp, to tutoring, to activities, to vacations.
Yeah, they don't lose.
They come back in August and September. They are, I'm not saying that they're ahead of the folks that had, hey, stay home, get your chores done, get them dishes done, clean your room. And they've been doing that all summer. So then by the time they get to the classroom in August and September, shout out to you teachers, by the time they get there, there's some of those kids are far behind, ain't picked up a book for 3 months.
See, now, I'm curious, though, for the teachers who are listening right now.
They get demonized, by the way.
Well, I'm curious if you would prefer the shorter summer breaks, because I think that's one of the perks for a teacher is to have those 3 months off. A lot of times you can have that additional job, or you can just completely take a break, because so often there is a lot of prep that goes into it, so they don't have the full 3 months.
I say the break is for the teachers. And, you know, for some reason, you know, there's a fraction of people in this country that still demonize teachers. They like to say things like, "Oh my goodness, they get this, they, all that stuff." But these teachers, Ursula, could you imagine? I'm being serious when I say this. Could you imagine being a kindergarten teacher every single day, watching somebody else's kids? And in some schools, it's like 30 of them.
Yeah.
And you need a teacher's assistant.
I think it's one of the toughest jobs to be a teacher in the world.
Yeah.
And it's something that I've shared that is what I would have wanted to do if I didn't go into the profession that I did.
I don't remember that. Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You remember
kindergarten?
When well, not necessarily kindergarten, but
you are
grade school teacher.
You're an angel if you're able to do. Okay, how about this?
Well, I mean,
fifth and below.
Yeah, I would love that.
Oh, hey. Somebody else's kids?
Yes, absolutely.
You're an angel.
No, I don't know about that, but I mean, I remember I told you I babysat everybody's kids.
That's right, you did.
Yeah, and we did this marketing class where you talk about different things that you love to do, and when it tries to help you, like what career path should you take?
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do that in high school, but it's what we did in high school. And there were two things. One was journalism, and the other one was teaching.
Wow.
Yeah. And I thought that was like right on the money. But in any case, I didn't do the teaching thing. And I envy teachers often because I think, my gosh, you have a chance to really make an impact on so many young people's lives.
Wow.
Make a positive impact. Okay, but anyway, let's get back to University of Utah researchers are warning that the summer break can have a negative impact on mental health. They say the sudden transition to zero routines quickly triggers spikes in child anxiety. You might notice more tantrums in your kids, irritability, and social isolation too.
Right.
So those are some of the reasons why they say it could be damaging. I just look at it as, man, I hope that all the kids are feeling a big sense of relief, the teachers especially today.
So how about let's talk about we adults. I'm going to say something that, okay, when I'm off, as you guys know, I was off last week. Ursula, she has been off. She's been on vacation. When you come back to your job after a few days or a week, that first day you're back, aren't you a little rusty at what you do? Aren't you a little rusty in your routine?
Oh, yeah.
Now imagine being off for 3 months.
Yes.
And coming back to be like, hey, let's go get it in order.
A learning curve
all
all over again.
Hey, little Johnny, that's 10 years old. If I have to tell you again, I need you to sit in your seat. I need you to be quiet. Like seriously, a 10-year-old young man. I'm speaking like this because I've never been a young lady, but a young man at 10 years old being told to not talk. Do you guys know how much I used to get in trouble for talking too much? I was a good kid. Other than that, I just kept talking too much. If you all have a child that is constantly talking all the time, please don't try to figure out a way to work with them.
Yeah.
Because it is hard. 7 hours?
What do you wish would have happened when you were younger?
What do you mean?
Like instead of, okay, you're talking too much. Like, what if you were in charge of you, what would you have done?
I would recognize a bunch of me's. And I feel like Matthew, I'd grab Matthew, I'd grab some of the young men, young boys, or even gals that keep talking too much. I would take them out of the classroom, get them out of that desk. You know that desk, that little desk that you felt claustrophobic in, right? I would take them out of there, and I'd go have a gymnasium, right? And I'd have this gymnasium, and I'd have basketballs and jump ropes and all this kind of stuff, and I'd just have it in there. And I would say things like, okay, for the next 30 minutes, we're going to focus on this lesson, and then after this, we're going to go play. And then back for another 30 minutes, and then we'll go play. And I would actually make it fun because people like me would have been like, oh, so if I focus on this and then you're going to let me go play? Great. The problem is that we are expecting every child to be the same in school. Now, Ursula, You was a good child. You would be quiet and do what you're supposed to do.
You're making a few assumptions. I wasn't that good.
You wasn't?
I would get in trouble every once in a while.
At school?
Yeah.
Oh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us more.
I was a little chatterbox too. I could be.
Man, I just think school is curated for people that just know how to be quiet, know how to raise their hand when they're supposed to.
Yeah.
The only thing
really good about, the one thing you have to understand though, my parents were, in the midst of separations and all sorts of things. So we didn't have a whole lot of parental guidance at some points of my life.
Feel that.
And so there were times when, doing homework, what's that?
By the way, teachers, can we get rid of homework?
Well,
can we get rid of homework? I think homework is just like look at what we're dealing with today. Like, Ursula, you got a job. You got jobs. So you get off work 4, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
You finally see your child for the first time. That child is getting ready. So you get home. So you get off at 5. You get home. Let's say you get home at 6. Your child's gonna be in bed at 8:30. You got 2.5 hours with your child. You got to eat, bathe, and do their homework all in 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's unrealistic, especially since today's child is already overscheduled, has multiple, band practices and football practice and this practice and that practice, extra enrichment, this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah. So I apologize to Chef. Chef, you're right. That tease you had was right.
Gee, by the way,
yeah.
I think you'd be an awesome teacher.
Yeah.
I think you would be a fantastic teacher.
Yes.
In another career, in another life.
I just want to
For
say,
real.
Nobody's ever said that to me in my life.
No, I think you'd be great.
Am I being pranked around here?
No, dude. Because
you would especially be understanding of the kids. Who,
exactly.
Yes.
I never had a male teacher.
Yeah.
I never had a male teacher growing up.
Wait. You didn't?
No. Heck no.
Oh, I did.
You never had a male teacher, Chef?
In high school, No, absolutely not.
Oh, you know
and that's pretty common.
You know what? You're right. I didn't have a male teacher until I got to military school. Good point.
Yeah.
Fred in the 206 says, well, now you get paid to talk too much. A strength misdirected at a young age.
Hey, Fred, I feel you on that, partner.
Okay, hey, you know what? A topic that I talk about a lot.
Graffiti?
Yes.
Okay, what you got?
Okay, well, Pierce County wants your graffiti on their public works.
Yeah.
So we're finding out that the Pierce County Arts Commission is asking folks to paint their traffic signal boxes with their own brand of artwork. And the commission is actually accepting applications from local artists to design new traffic box wraps for those big gray metal boxes that are near intersections. This is around unincorporated Pierce County. So they want to turn those ugly boxes into neighborhood landmarks that reflect the character and identity of the community. You don't have to be a full-time artist to apply. If you're a hobbyist, you're welcome too, as long as you're 18 years old and you live in Pierce County. And some artists are going to get $500 for each design. And the county might even reproduce some of those designs on multiple traffic signal and utility boxes. Now, when we're talking about this and we're calling it graffiti, I call that art. That's not the graffiti that makes me
but where do you
lose my mind.
So the people that end up doing the art, we had Graves in here. We had Desmond in here, right?
Uh-huh.
Where do you guys think they start? They start with the awful graffiti that you don't like.
Yeah.
And then they morph into the art.
Uh-huh.
That dude was one of the biggest prolific taggers in the city.
Okay, you were pointing to a guy that we had a few weeks ago on our show.
Man.
Yeah, and I was kind of disagreeing with him.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were.
But I gotta admit something.
What you
So
admit?
I was on this trip, and I was on this Mediterranean cruise, and we stopped in Spain,
what part of Spain?
France, and Italy.
Oh, okay.
Well, we started in Barcelona.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Did y'all go to the beach in Barcelona?
No. I mean, this was like one day. I mean, it was like this was the fastest cruise I've ever been on. It felt like We did a 7-day cruise.
I thought you was going to be gone longer.
No, it was 7 days.
It was a speed cruise.
It was a speed cruise, and I didn't add any days before or after. But what I want to say is, in France and Italy in particular, even the small towns, graffiti everywhere. And during a tour, someone else, not me, asked the tour guide, like, "What's the deal with the graffiti? It's like on these historic buildings." I mean, it was sad. Yeah. And she said, "Yeah, it's a problem, and every time we try to clean it up, it comes right back up there." Right. She was starting to talk about the poverty problems that they have and drug trafficking problems they have. I mean, this is like one of the towns I'm talking about is Marseille.
Liberal policies.
Yeah. And in my mind, I was like, wait a minute. This graffiti is not just a Seattle thing, is it?
It's like a universal human desire.
Ursula, it reminds me of every time, that these people always demonize Seattle. And I always ask the same question. What's the question? Okay.
Yeah. Where would you live? Yeah. What city?
What city in the United States is better?
Yeah.
So you're saying that the graffiti over there, you said here is like...
It wasn't. So you want to see it. I posted a picture on our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page.
Okay.
Before I briefly lost Facebook access for 3 days.
Why?
I got blocked out while I was in a foreign country. I literally could not get back into Facebook for 3 days.
They blocked you out?
Yes.
Why?
There was some kind of outage. It was a global outage.
Oh.
And I got booted
global
out.
Outage,
and I
but not here.
But yeah, exactly. Only affected certain people, and I was certain people. So I looked it up. I mean, there was actually something going on.
But people around you, not a lot of them got theirs?
No, so I know a few others.
Oh, wow.
Same.
You survived.
Well, I got back in. It took forever. I mean, that was a lot of work. That, and you know what else I survived?
Huh.
Being on a 12-hour international flight with no Wi-Fi.
Are you
Gee's eyes just went like saucers.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean...
No Wi-Fi. Yes, I survived.
What do they call that?
Yeah.
Hey, what do they...
RD. The RD.
Text in. I don't remember. What do they call that when you get on the plane and there's no Wi-Fi and you suffer through it all the whole time?
Me. Yes, that was me.
Coming up next, Agree to Disagree.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes. Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears major rain drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise. There's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Hartley Wilcox here. For over 100 years, my family has been committed to doing what's right. We believe food should be honest and wholesome. At Wilcox Farms, that starts with caring for our hens. They roam healthy pastures and enjoy a diet of organic grains and flaxseed. Why does that matter? Because what hens eat determines the quality of the eggs you eat. Our nature-first approach means vibrant golden yolks, richer flavor, and higher omega-3s for your family's health. When you choose Wilcox, you're not just buying eggs. You're supporting a farm that values animal welfare, sustainability, and community. It's real nutrition, real care, and real value. So next time you're at the egg case, look for Wilcox Family Farms eggs. Taste the difference that starts with what our hens eat. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The throw to first, and it's in time. Holy smokes, what a play by J.P. Crawford.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But if you're looking for a truly golden view, look no further than the seats on the first baseline, a.k.a. Trident Town. Post up behind the Mariners dugout, and you get a great view of Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, and our entire rotation at work.
Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs, blew it by it, strike three.
Not to mention the best view of the best home run celebration in baseball. When the Trident goes up, you know a party's going down.
It is gone! Julio!
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
Don't miss the Mariners take on the Red Sox this weekend. The fun kicks off with a fireworks night on Friday, presented by T-Mobile. Then take Dad to a game for Father's Day weekend, featuring a special ballpark-wide celebration on Sunday, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
John Curley here. Who installs your new cooling system matters. I recommend Home Comfort Alliance for 50 years of award-winning service and top-quality Carrier products that deliver years of comfort. Save up to $3,000 in rebates. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. President Trump seems to be softening his stance on the memorandum of understanding that he claims the U.S. and Iran have agreed to. The details of that agreement are still largely unknown. More from ABC's Karen Travers.
The president has said that he doesn't want to see it publicly released until it's formally signed, and that is not scheduled to take place until Friday here in Switzerland. Remember, the president and the vice president signed this on Sunday digitally, but now the president also seems to be casting some doubts on whether the text that was signed digitally on Sunday is actually the final text.
The state's first major wildfire of the year is in Spokane County. It's threatening hundreds of homes, and it's spreading quickly. Fire Chief Matthew Vinci says this.
Yeah, 11,790 people are under evacuation.
2,340 primary and secondary structures are under evacuation.
The fire stretches across about 300 acres. It is 0% contained. There are no injuries, but several homes, again, have been destroyed. No word yet on when folks will be able to get back into their neighborhood. 2 teens are recovering after a bear attack on Mount Si near North Bend Tuesday afternoon. KIRO 7 TV's Nia Bliss reports.
Officers say the bear charged at the teen, clawing him. While Keenan never saw the actual attack, he did witness the injured teen hiker escorted down Mount Si by King County Search and Rescue.
The bear scratched him up. His extremities, his whole legs were scratched up. He could really barely walk.
King County Search and Rescue believe the group encountered a mama and her cub. That bear is still out there. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife say that this trailhead will remain closed until they get that bear.
A wild overnight chase through downtown Seattle ends with 5 armed robbery suspects in custody. Seattle police chased the suspects across multiple precincts before the pursuit ended on State Route 99 around 4 o'clock this morning. We'll bring you the latest as we learn more. Ferry engineers say Washington State's system is not ready for World Cup crowds. Today, union leaders will discuss ongoing staffing issues and a pay gap that could mean continued service disruptions. Union officials argue without higher wages, the state risks not having enough licensed engineers to operate new ferries despite billions invested in upgrades. Now to your KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. This traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. I-5 is shaping up pretty nicely right now. Flows are steady and improving. Alderwood to South Center run it's hovering about 42 minutes right now. There's only a brief slowdown pocket through downtown and the Soto stretch. On I-405, that's where you'll pay the price, unfortunately. You're looking at closer to 55 minutes end-to-end with lingering congestion through Bellevue and downtown Renton. One hot spot, though, to watch, Auburn to Renton, still remains slow. It's pushing into that mid-30-minute range. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. For your forecast, clear skies, sunshine today. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Right now, it's about 63 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Wow, just like that, it is 11:33 on this Wednesday morning. It is time for us to agree to disagree. Brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
By the way, you can't use that segment for best stuff because you said Wednesday morning. Okay.
She missed out on that meeting.
Oh,
she wasn't a part of that boss's
That's right.
meeting.
She wasn't there.
Oh,
She
wait.
wasn't there.
That's why That's why you notice I don't say anymore. Happy Wednesday, Happy Tuesday, because when you do that, then when it's the best of, it messes it up.
Oh,
And people
okay.
get confused.
And by the
brought
way-
to our
and
attention.
by the way-
There's always the option of editing that out when you air.
By the way,
best of.
By the way, see, that's how much y'all family to us. Because this is the stuff that I should be talking about often.
Yes, thank you for letting me know what happened in a
I'm
meeting.
sharing with you in real time. So if you're like, hey, G, you used to say Happy Wednesday at the top of every hour. I don't do it anymore because it says, well, it messes up with the best of. And, when it's a best of show and everything like that.
All right. Well,
Boy, you are really airing out some laundry today. Oh, my God.
You know what they say about the truth. Never expires. All right, go ahead, Shane.
Okay, so if you haven't visited our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page in a while, I'm going to ask you to go visit that right now because on our page, I posted a billboard that's going up around Seattle. It is a national ad campaign. It is reminding folks to score safely. And the image is a giant elongated prophylactic with soccer balls printed on it, directing folks to useacondom.com. And I saw that and I thought to myself, hey, that's pretty creative. And I thought, oh, geez, if I drove by that with Matthew and then he asked me, hey, what's a condom? Like, oh, God, how would I approach it? Gee, what do you think about this as public advertising?
Love it. Here's why. We always talk about offense, how offense always gets the headlines. Like everybody's like, oh my gosh, Russell Wilson, the Seahawks won 3-0. The Seahawks won 3-0. But it was the defense that won, right? In the case of this poster, this is defense. You have hundreds of thousands of folks coming into town from all over the world to the city. So this poster is saying, hey, play smart, play safe, play defense, put on one of these things.
I think it's brilliant.
Oh,
I think it's absolutely,
yeah,
we're on the same page.
On the same page.
I think it's brilliant. And you were asking, well, what would you do if Matthew asks, you know, there's a conversation to be had. What's a condom? I mean, at this age, you can have that conversation. It's something that you use for protection so that someone doesn't get pregnant.
How?
Are you uncomfortable talking to him about sex?
How does it protect you?
I want y'all to know, this is Ursula's wheelhouse right here.
Oh, yeah.
Ursula has no problem talking about
Maybe I need some conversational modeling.
Well,
let's say I do.
Okay,
Why don't you do what my mom did?
You put because if what did your mom do?
Easy. I showed up for military school one time. I had just got out of the shower. I come to my underwear drawer and there's a brown paper bag in there.
You use them.
And I open up the brown paper bag. There's a box of condoms. That was it.
Oh, seriously?
That was it.
Not what they're for.
No.
That was a conversation.
That's not a conversation.
That's baby boomer conversations.
I am fully confident that you would have an age-appropriate conversation with Matthew on that. No, seriously.
Yeah.
And
I guess
in terms
I would.
of how in your face it is, first of all, people from all over the world, people are not as prudish from other parts of the world when it comes to
speak
sex.
on it, Ursula. Speak on it.
That's true.
Seriously,
Speak on it.
so they don't have an issue talking about it, and
See-
it's a reality. It's like, yeah, slap one on.
Kids have just a unique way of really getting down to the heart of the matter, right? Because I've had conversations about sex, mostly like the existence thereof, but not really the mechanics or the dynamics.
But I don't think you need to go into all that detail.
Really?
Yeah,
What's a condom for? Oh, it's something to protect. Well, how does that work?
Yes, when two people, and you can get into the conversation again, age appropriate.
Okay.
And say, yeah.
I think it's unavoidable to discuss the mechanics of intimate relationships with an 8-year-old looking at a giant condom billboard.
My mother-in-law told my son at a very young age the whole thing I told you about the egg and the sperm, that whole conversation.
Yeah, but how do they meet?
Yeah, and then in his mind, this was age appropriate for him. He was like, Mom, my mom always eats chicken and egg. And so he thought that was how I got pregnant. Because I was eating with chicken and rice.
Oh.
The egg, the whole thing. It's
Yeah.
like you just meet them where they're at.
Yeah,
But I think it's brilliant. You're not really worked up about it.
I'm not saying I never said I was worked up about it. I brought up the issue because, you know what, it would force a conversation that I haven't had yet.
And that's exactly what they want.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe some people are uncomfortable with that. I don't know. You can respond on our Facebook page.
There are a lot of people who are very uncomfortable. I will just say that I grew up in a household where my mother was very blunt about it.
Yeah, I believe that.
And so then I became also very open about it.
Yeah, that's a good thing. All right, let's swing on over to Central Park in New York. It's a very sad story. One of the carriage horses there died within about, I think 2 hours of having a little snack of a poisonous plant, Japanese yew. It's a common ornamental, some right outside the building here. Because of this story, there's been huge uproar. People have blamed the carriage horse operators. Hey, you're supposed to be watching the horses at all time. You're to blame. Other folks are saying, hey, it's time to ban the carriage rides altogether. A lot of major cities have done so. I know they're largely phased out here in Seattle. But you go up to Victoria. Certainly, carriage rides everywhere. Ursula, what do you think about carriage rides in modern day times?
Okay, I'm going to give you the honest answer.
Yeah.
Because when
You're so
I said,
uncomfortable right now.
I am uncomfortable because when I was in the Philippines and there were horses and we were looking at a particular place, Fort Bonifacio, and it was a lot of walking, and I was like, oh, can I take a horse carriage? And my son's girlfriend was like, no, don't do it. It's so mean to the horses.
Why?
Because she felt like it was, these horses were being forced to drag along this carriage. They don't look like they're fed very well, et cetera, et cetera. And so it made me start thinking about it. I mean, I would be in favor of if I knew that they were being cared for well.
Okay, that might be a uniquely Filipino problem. I don't know. Like all the carriage rides I've seen here, I took one in Vancouver.
Yeah.
They looked well fed. I mean, bored, but well fed, walking in circles. Gee, do you have any thoughts on this whale of a story? Carriage rides?
Oh, quit feeding them poisonous stuff.
I don't think they were fed that. It just took, ducked its head down.
You know what I mean? Watch the horses. And look, as far as, let me tell you something. When I get up on that carriage, you know what I'm saying, with the horses, it feels like I'm wearing a robe with my initials.
King G?
Little Lord Fauntleroy.
With my initials stitched into the robe. And then when they ask me, and I want them to talk like this. Where to, sir?
Oh, stop.
You know what I mean? And when they say, where to, sir? And I'll say,
in other
Third
words,
and Pike at once.
Post-haste.
Take me to the McDonald's right there on 3rd and Pike, the new McDonald's where it's opened up for the public.
Third and Pine.
Third Pine. I'm sorry. Third
You like
Pine.
it because you feel fancy.
That's right. The new McDonald's opened up to the public.
So
you
have no issues with the horse carriages. I mean, that was the first time that I'd ever stopped and said, okay, maybe I won't do it. Because the horses did look really hot in the Philippines.
They look really hot in Victoria. I don't know why we really need them. Like they go at a speed that's slower than a human can walk.
Tamara says, I'm a horse person, been riding since I was 6-year-old. You should look up how they treat the horses in New York City. The carriage horses, and how sometimes there were like instances where a carriage horse was tied to a wall. No, see, that's what I don't want to hear about.
They're bad operators. I'm sure that's not indicative of every horse owner who does carriage rides.
Hey, text line. Look, I try to care about a lot. Look, you guys just let me still have the horse and the buggy. The carriages.
Because you want to be able to say ta-ta.
Ta-ta. And the only time you feel important. Hey, coming up next on the Gee and Ursula Show. Text messages. Gee and Ursula.
Don't wait. Insulate. Last year, American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $2 million in insulation rebates from PSE, more than any provider in the state. If your home was built before 1990, you're eligible for recouping up to 95% of insulation replacement costs. Insulate with American Crawl Space and keep your home warm during the winter and cool during the summer.
American Crawl, the heroes you crawl.
Summer weekends were made for long road trips. Load up the paddle boards, pack the hiking boots, and point the hood toward adventure in a Subaru Outback. Well, you know, I love my Subaru Outback. We bought it at Carter Subaru back in 2016, and it has been doing great. Carter Subaru has the largest Subaru selection in our state with over 800 Subarus in stock. And right now, you can drive home a 2026 Subaru Outback with just 0.9% APR financing. There is a reason that you see so many Carter Subaru license plates all over Western Washington when you drive on the freeways. It is because Carter Subaru knows how to treat their customers right. They will treat you like family. There's no runaround. There's no games. You are just going to be treated wonderfully. Carter Subaru in Ballard, in Shoreline, or online at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 6/30/26.
You know, I used to think all money managers were the same until I spoke with Fisher Investments.
Really? How different are they?
Fisher's investment counselors are dedicated to service, not sales, keeping clients up to date on their portfolio.
Well, they probably just invest in a bunch of mutual funds like I do.
Nope. They build a tailored portfolio based on their clients' personal goals, helping them stay on track for a comfortable retirement.
Well, they must make commissions selling products.
Actually, Fisher doesn't sell any commission-based products. They're a fiduciary, and they believe that's a conflict.
Then they have some kind of complex fee structure.
Nope. Fisher has a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of their client's portfolio. So they do better when their clients do better.
It sounds like Fisher really is different.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Fisher Investments, clearly different wealth management. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey there, Dawn Riling from Olympic Hot Tub with exciting news. Our mid-year clearance event is on. You'll score big savings on all in-stock saltwater hot tubs and fabulous saunas. Plus, deep discounts on newly released floor model swim spas. These deals are incredible. But don't wait. Our mid-year clearance ends June 30th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub. Jason Rantz here with Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. Greg, there are a ton of national advertisers offering services similar to yours. Why shouldn't I go with one of them?
National firms are an interesting phenomena, if you will, because I hear from clients that tried them initially, and they tell me these stories that are just really hard to believe, Jason. They'll call, and the person that they're talking to is really a salesperson. They don't really know the tax resolution business at all. They're trying to make a sale. And so they overpromise, and they'll hook them with a very low initial fee. Then when that case starts moving down the road, all of a sudden the person's getting a phone call. Oh, you need to pay us thousands of dollars to get this thing done. And they tell me sometimes it never gets done.
So it's a tax resolution scheme without any of the resolution.
I really believe part of it is.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, call Greg Nunn with None Better Tax Resolution. 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Always exhausted, loud snoring, keeping your partner awake? You could have sleep apnea and not even know it. South Seattle Smiles has a comfortable solution with no CPAP required. Most medical insurance accepted. Call 206-241-5533 today. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
Your VA loan and reverse mortgage experts for 34 years. Best Mortgage is proud to be the longest running mortgage company on KIRO Radio. Get a no-pressure consultation from a real person, never an AI bot. Web search Best Mortgage for honest advice you can trust.
If you're hurt in a car accident, call Harold Carr Law Offices right away. They'll save you time and get you more money from insurance while you're able to focus on recovering. Visit carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call Carr.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy day to all of you all. It means the world that you're hanging out with the show. I got to tell you.
Happy day.
Happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy. Sister Act 2, one of the best renditions.
Oh, man, that's good.
Oh, such a good show. All right, now it's time for the text messages. All right, what y'all got?
Well, we're going to start with a couple of fun ones because randomly you asked the question, what was your first Transformer? And so I just want to understand your brain a little bit.
Yeah.
Why did that come up? And then what was your first Transformer?
Shockwave was my first one. Shockwave. Because, I don't know, it's weird.
We went from apple pie, fried apple pie coming back to Transformer.
I've been thinking about my dad a lot. Well, every Friday, if I would do good in school, I got to go to Toys R Us. That was every Friday.
Oh, yeah?
You got to go to Toys R Us. Yep.
Oh, that was sweet.
That was my reward. And so, I don't know. I just ran it. No, actually, Charlie Harger asked me that. He asked me what was my first Transformer. And I told him Shockwave. And I liked Shockwaves with purple, and it turns into like a little laser gun or whatever. So, yeah, it's cool.
Well, Tony and Buckley says, I'm almost 52 years old, and I have Decepticon symbols on both sides of my full-size 1982 Bronco.
Is Decepticon a question?
Yes, because I don't know. Transformers skipped me.
Yep.
Yes.
And a lot of folks a little older. A lot of you guys had G.I. Joe. A lot of you guys had G.I. Joe. Shout out to the G.I. Joe folks. Barbie, Maybe you had Ken and all that kind of stuff.
McDonald's deep fried apple pie. C in Arlington says, I haven't had fast food for 15 years, but that Golden Arches pie, I might have to give in.
C in Arlington. Now, when you say you haven't had fast food in 15 years, what do you just... did you have Subway? Did you have Chipotle? Is Chipotle fast food, Nick?
Yes. Borderline, yeah.
See,
if you guys get the bowl, it's okay.
Fast casual.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right.
Okay, on the ballot measure to make the Pierce County Sheriff appointed and remove Keith Swank from office, George in Fremont says, Swank parroting trans women are men is the same energy as that wrestler calling Michelle Obama a man, loud, wrong, and proudly advertising that they can't tell the difference between a political opinion and a middle school insult. It's not right. It's not brave. It's just the intellectual maturity of a wet napkin.
So, and Robin Puyallup listens to us every day. And I think it's fair to say Robin Puyallup, a decent, great dude, he says, while I would never vote for Swank, I'm still in favor of an elected sheriff. Imagine a more conservative county council that would impose its political will on the sheriff and push what many of us would consider bad policies. And again, like we talked about this morning, I think this is going to backfire. I don't think Pierce County is going to vote in favor of this.
By the way,
but how can it backfire if you put it out to voters and voters decide no? So then you live with your decision.
It empowers a political narrative.
Do I need to?
No, I gotcha.
We're 2 months without talking about them. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
About how somebody can take a narrative and empower themselves.
I gotcha.
All right, what you got next, Ursula?
On the Spokane families forced to get out quickly because of wildfires, JLV in Puyallup says, ever since my uncle lost his home in the Altadena fires, we keep a bug-out kit in the car. Priority is people, pets, and maybe one keepsake. Should be good to be out within 15 minutes. That's great advice, actually. A bug-out kit.
Last one. Are you responsible for how much your guests have to drink? Armin says, have a waiver for your guests to sign on the way into your home. By the way, a lot of professional athletes are now
doing that.
NDAs when you walk in their house because you don't want you taking pictures of stuff in their house. All right, Ursula, words to live by. What you got for us?
Just appreciating what we have here in Western Washington. Melody Beatty says, gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. I was just thinking about gratitude and how much I love living right here where we do.
Oh.
And that's after visiting a lot of countries.
Yeah. All right. Nick, what you got, man?
Well, it's that time of year when kids are out on summer break. Well, they'll have more days for fried McDonald's pies out at the lake. But don't give them grief assuming breaks are bad while they go play, since the summer jobs now have those tactics for the lowest pay.
How low can you go? Can you go down low?
So to all the kids, take every chance you're getting for some fun, and don't let the grown-ups tell you it's no good to soak in sun. I'm sure they'll tell you to work harder with those cliches, but just know they had their fair share of fun, too, back in their heyday.
So true.
Can we collectively come together and all agree? Can we get rid of the "you got to work harder" saying? Can we just get
Can
rid
we
of
also
that?
get rid of avocado toast?
I mean,
Right?
Yeah, agree. And lattes.
Gosh.
But especially the work harder.
is so
You
cheap.
got to work
Yes.
harder. Or
You got to come up with a better buzz phrase.
if you're not happy with your job, just go get another one. Hey, it was a fun show today. I don't care whether you agree or not. It was fun. Thanks, Ursula. Good to have you back. Thank you, Chef. By the way, Chef, I apologize again. Your negativity here was right. Nick, thanks, man.
You too, man.
Jake and Spike Show, they're coming in next. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Slide to the left. Take it back now, y'all. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 3 hops this time.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
Caregiving isn't just hard work, it's heart work. Every day, caregivers bring dignity, kindness, and comfort to those who need it most. Right now, Washington needs more caring hearts. Your kindness, your patience, your heart are needed more than ever. Caregiver Careers Washington will guide you every step of the way. Our friendly navigators help you find training, certification, and employment at no cost to you. Start your heart work today at caregivercareerswa.com. That's caregivercareerswa.com.
Sponsored by DSHS and aired by the WSAB in this station.
There's nothing so special as June in a Northwest garden, and it's a great time to get to Sky Nursery and plant before the summer heat. Explore Sky's colorful tapestry of trees and shrubs, veggies and herbs, fountains, hanging baskets, and more. Sky Nursery, the gardener's garden store. SkyNursery.com.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better. Live stronger. Start now.
Spike O'Neill here. If your loved one's caregiver is planning a vacation or just needs a break, want to consider Aegis Living Respite Care, a short-term stay that provides 24/7 expert care, Aegis Living amenities, and peace of mind for you and your family. Go to aegisliving.com/spike to schedule a visit today.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. If your air conditioner is barely hanging on, CM Heating has one of the best offers I've heard this summer. Right now, you can get any size high-efficiency AC system for just $179.99 a month with zero upfront costs. And here's the game changer. CM Heating's Comfort as a Service program includes lifetime repairs, annual maintenance, and even filters at no additional charge ever. Go to cmheating.com and schedule your free estimate online today.
License number CMHEAHL 751LW.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver. From New Nordic, search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon, CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline. So I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in